This game just came out this week, and I understand a lot of people are talking about it, and I figured I'd show up early to the party for once, not months or years later like I normally do. I played this game through last night, and there's, I think, quite a lot of interesting things to sort of dissect and consider in how this game presents paranoia and fear and causes you to second guess yourself, and I guess also reflect on the nature of isolation and solitude. And those are things I'm interested in interrogating in games, as well as what does it mean to be isolated, because I think a lot of the research around that in game studies looks at the isolation of the actual person sitting at the computer playing alone, but not really at the almost inadvertent effects of simulating isolation in a game format itself. How does it feel? What does it mean to feel alone when you're playing a game? And what No, I'm Not a Human does very well is simulate that feeling, is make you feel very uncertain. And what I want to do with this playthrough is sort of, well, it's going to give me another chance to see a bit more of the game and see if there's anything I missed, first of all, on my first go through, and then also get some footage for a video essay, and then gather, some more analysis and sort of just share my thoughts on the game as it unfolds. It's a fairly short game, so I played it 1.5 times. I got the super bad ending, and I got a bad ending. So far I haven't had much luck, but that sounds about right. So let's have a go. Actually, we just got back from our trip. Aren't you tired of staying at home? Yeah, I remember. Went to the beach. It was way too hot yesterday, so we took off early. Yeah, we're getting her ready for school. She doesn't want to go, but what can you do, right? Alright, I'll drop by later tonight. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. So I think, already you get this very melancholic opening, and then it jumps you straight into this. This very wistful, very evocative lighting and mood. A few drunkards lay sprawled out on the street. They're lying on the cold, hard ground. They appear to be fast asleep. Things are good for them right now. Alright, I'm coming. Hey neighbour, long time no see. How's life? Same as it ever was. So, let me level with you. I came over for a reason. I've been getting a little worried about you. Something real bad seems to be headed our way. Just got off the phone with my cousin. She told me the news is saying something weird is going on with the sun, and that there are people coming up from underground. They're calling them visitors for whatever reason. Creepy stuff, huh? I sure hope it's not true. What's happening with the sun? Either it's going to explode or something's going to explode on it. Not totally sure. All I know is something's wrong with it. I'm sure you noticed this summer's been the hottest one ever, alright? I think we need to prepare ourselves for the worst. My cousin told me that being home alone is dangerous. So I came over to make sure you don't end up hurt, or worse. Well, how are your wife and daughter holding up with all this? Don't worry about my family. A good friend of mine is staying with us right now. He's looking after them while I'm here. Great. Let's continue this conversation in the morning then. See you in the kitchen when you wake up. See you in the morning. And obviously, like, immediately, the thing you notice is that either this character's perception of the world is warped, or this is just how the human face works in this particular universe. But what it does is it puts you immediately on guard. Can you trust what your eyes see in front of you? Is the game's use of the uncanny, is that going to like prompt any feelings of regret or disturbance? Are you going to turn away people who you otherwise in other games might not? I think that's what the game leans on, is this uncanniness where just like Freud seeing himself in the mirror and being startled just for that second, you then have players coming to the door, looking through the peephole, and it's that first impression, I think, of some characters that really sells it. And you have little snippets of dialogue with them. It's very interesting. It's a very interestingly structured game, as we'll see. A skinny dog is standing on the footpath that runs through the field. It's looking around mournfully, perhaps trying to find some food. Your neighbour's house stands alone in the hayfield. There's no light in the windows. Looks like his family is asleep. And he's staying with us tonight. He'll sleep in the kitchen, I think, for some reason. Breaking news, and here again you get this incredible... Is this just how our character perceives the world? Because as we find out, our character is very much a loner. Breaking news, at 6:28 AM today there was a powerful emission of energy from the sun. This burst of energy was far larger than scientists had predicted. As a result, temperatures outside have reached critical levels. The government has since declared a state of emergency. We ask that viewers refrain from going outside during the day. Up next, something lighter. You see ballerinas dancing gracefully, crossing the stage in strong but delicate leaps. Despite the elegance, the dance evokes anxious thoughts. If only someone could just explain what's going on. Nope, I don't look that way. Not anymore. I hate sleeping by the nightstand. Too many bad memories. And we have, these little vignettes of someone who really just wants to be left alone. But that's, of course, not how it works. So it looks like this dial is broken. And we can change the wave range. So we need to unscramble some of the broadcasts to find out what's going on. And if we can't get one, then we try the other. Almost had it. Hello, this is the Emergency Services Dispatch. How can I help you? People, they're burning. Can you describe what you're seeing? Is there a fire? No, it's the sun. They're burning up in the sun. Do not leave the house until dark. No, that guy haunts the streets at night. The pale one. He's not human. It's just like the name of the game. Okay, so we've set up the two main threats. There'll be people who aren't human stalking around, and the sun, so we can't go outside during the day, which restricts us to our own home, just like something like PT, as every single horror game since then has been inspired by. The use of a tight structured space and repetition allows for the horror to soak in. There's no escape, right? That's the emphasis of these kinds of spaces. You're totally immersed, and you also understand there's no escape. You become intimately familiar with it, you treat it as home, and when that home starts to become distorted or disturbed, that's when the horror really kicks in, right? That's a specialty of what I research. So stuff like Silent Hill 4 as well evokes the same kind of ritual structure, and as you'll see, no longer human, this game will do exactly that kind of thing, right? It will set up a structure, as we'll see. Every day has a routine, and slowly things just get worse and more disturbing. Damn, so it's true after all. Well then, everything I said makes sense. Don't go outside during the day, and you have to remember to let other people in. Why would I let strangers into my house? I know you prefer to keep your distance from people, but you have to. My cousin doesn't know for sure why we can't just bunker down by ourselves. But she mentioned that if anyone comes and asks if you're alone, say no and tell them someone's in the house with you. Why do I need to have other people with me? People you let inside might bring something useful or share some interesting information. Just don't forget to test them for signs of being a visitor. You won't have much energy during the day with this heat. So choose who you want to test carefully. You have to take a real close look. It's strenuous, draining work. Don't worry about chatting with people. That won't take up any energy, so talk as much as you like. Be sure to look out your windows. TV's great and all, but there's no better source of info than your own two eyes. What do we need to do? I'm afraid all we can do now is try to survive. Hope this nightmare ends soon. I'm sure the government will help us somehow. Maybe they'll lead everyone to shelter or something like that. If they do, stick together with me and my family. Alright, that's it from me. Oh, right, almost forgot. Heading back home tomorrow night. Write down my number. They just set up the line over there. 437047. We'll keep in touch over the phone. Okay, now that's really it. Crack a beer and get some sleep. Thanks. Grandma crammed every cabinet full of dishes, and they pulled out the fancy set for holidays. Now, who the hell needs it? So this is obviously a family home that our character has lived in for a very long time. And I also keep confusing the name of this game with Osamu Dazai's semi-autobiographical novel, No Longer Human. This is no, I'm not a human. I have to stop getting it wrong. Okay. Well, I mean, we can also see, is there anything else on TV now? No. Yeah, alright. Go to sleep again, I guess. And yeah, here's where the game begins. So very repetitive structure, and all games have, to some extent, this repetitive structure. Hi, it's my daddy here. Can you get him for me? I was okay before, but I'm really scared now. There are lots of strange people out here tonight. Tell me something about your dad. I know a lot about him. He's my daddy after all. I know that he likes to drink a little beer before he goes out. When he does go out, he always leaves me yummy lunch and dinner. And juice. But today I tried some of that beer stuff. Blech. It was so gross. Why would anyone drink that when they could just have juice? Please don't tell him I did that. How'd you get here in one piece? I don't know. Everything feels like it's opposite day now. People stay at home and sleep during the day, then go out and do stuff at night. I'm still scared of the dark, but maybe there's nothing to be afraid of. Or is there? I'll get your dad for you. Good luck. Thanks, you too. I want to go home. It's scary out here. We're going to play a new game Daddy made up for me. You have to roll dice. Then you move stuff around like the armchair or the couch. You have to build a big pile near the door to win. I'll show you how to play another time. Bye. Figured out a way to make barricading one's own home fun. There's a deathly silence outside. There's no one there. Even the drunks have decided not to go out. Are they afraid of something? Yes, I'm coming. Can I come in? I was taking shelter at a bar down the road, but they kicked me out. Just like that. Why? Guess not everyone there found my personality particularly palatable. But I don't mean anyone any harm, don't worry. Life is shitty sometimes, you know? So, what do you say, my good man? Can I come in? You sure you won't make any trouble? What do you consider trouble? Murder and violence disgust me to my core, but I won't suffer the trespasses of others either. I like good food and drink. I enjoy a chat when I'm in the mood. Does that sound like trouble to you? Why do you think it'll be any different here? What else would I do otherwise? Just stand outside and wait for the sun to take my skin? No, I think I prefer to avoid that. As long as I'm alive, I'll look for someone to talk to. If that isn't here, maybe I'll get lucky somewhere else. If I have an ounce of luck left in this life, it might just be someone who's not a complete asshole. Alright, come in. Thank you. Trust in people doesn't amount to a hill of beans these days, but I appreciate your trust in me. Perhaps I even... well, no, I shouldn't promise anything. Who is it now? Hello? Sorry to bother you so late, it was just so hot out today and the TV said we shouldn't go out in the sun, so... could you maybe, find some space for me? Who are you? I lived out near the city. Asphalt over there is heating up pretty bad, as you can imagine. I actually worked the register at a local store. At one point, I mean. I don't anymore. They, fired me. Always had bad luck with work. Well, what do you think will happen? I don't know. Will I survive? Who will help me? How much time do I have to look for help? I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, I couldn't even guess. Doesn't all of this scare you? It terrifies me. Well, come on, have some shelter. Thank you. Thanks so much, seriously. Now I get to live a little longer, thank God. Someone else. Yo, how's it hanging? Dude, you been seeing how gnarly things are out here? What the hell is going on? Be for real with me, dude. What did I miss? Yeah, creatures that look like humans are crawling up out of the ground. Zombies? Dude, I knew it. I haven't met this person before. Bro, you can like totally count on me for what comes next. I've seen so many movies where this happens, dude. I'm basically a survival guru. Just clue me in. We dealing with classic slow zombies or the gnarly fast ones? And is it like brain virus, bleh, or are they just freaky undead dudes? Trust me, dude, the answer to that totally changes the game plan. Also, you got a shotgun or like grenades? We're gonna need hella firepower to make it through this one. And food, man. Like, loads of food. Do you really have no idea what's happening out there? Sure, man, it's a mess out here. People talking shit on their fellow man, harsh and mellows with all this doom and gloom. After all that stuff on the news, the vibes are like way off, dude. But movies, man, they got it all. Drama, betrayal, intrigue. They're way more fun than books, bro. Always wanted to end up in a movie someday. Alright, come in. Yo, appreciate it, my man. Man, this might be the raddest thing that's happened to me, like, ever. They should totally make a movie about this someday. Okay. What else is going on outside? A few teenagers hanging out in the yard. Sitting around without a care in the world, chatting about something. They pay you no mind. Well, probably not a great day to be out there, but okay. In the distance you spy the house of your neighbour, who's currently visiting you. Light blazes through the windows, seems like his family is waiting for him to come back home. Well, he's gone home now, so... pop back to sleep. Good afternoon, here's the news. The sun's activity rises steadily as crime levels also reach a new high. According to recent data, the number of murders over the last few nights has surpassed average figures. Experts suspect this is related to society's ever-growing anxiety surrounding the visitors. And now, over to... just a moment. Our studio has just received an urgent transmission regarding contact with a phenomenon we are calling the visitors. Eyewitness accounts describe them as creatures that can imitate the appearance and behavior of humans. Avoid contact at all costs. In one case, a visitor was able to be identified with one telltale sign: perfect white teeth. Our early reports seem to back this up. Sources say they encountered an unhoused person with perfect white teeth, who later turned out to be a visitor. That's all for now. Stay calm, don't leave the house during the day. Up next, more weather updates, but first, a message from our sponsors. Buying groceries used to mean trudging down to the store. But with 4 Rest, you can get everything you need just by picking up the phone. Excuse me. Just call 084 544 and your groceries will be at your door within 1 day. 4 Rest. Delicious relaxation right at home. And good afternoon, here's the weather forecast. A warm front is pushing into our region, bringing with it a heat that will likely break all previous records. Meteorologists tell us to expect even higher temperatures over the coming week. With the sun's increased activity, we can also expect stronger UV rays. For your safety, please abstain from sunbathing, as high temperatures could also significantly increase the risk of sunstroke. It's not known for certain at this stage whether being in the sun alone can negatively affect our health. But to prevent third-degree burns, please refrain from venturing outside. Unfortunately, sunscreen of all factors will no longer protect you. That's the latest for now. Okay, that's it for now. Let's go and see how everybody's doing. Yes, was there something you wanted? Did you want to tell me exactly why they threw you out of the bar? I blame the chain of catastrophes that broke everyone's minds. The sun teetering on the brink of explosion, the arrival of the visitors, the economic crisis, and so on and so forth. It fucked us all up. Some crumbled under the stress, some dove head first into the bottle. But me, well, it was rage that drove me mad. I snapped, climbed onto the bar and screamed, "Stop fucking blaming everything but yourselves. Let them weep, I say. Tears in the beer foam don't ruin the pint. Molten hops taste better with salt. Nobody appreciates it, so why bother?" Toto, pretty much the only toy I had as a kid. Well, except for the sticks we used to whack the grass. I don't get why it's not in the quarter. I thought that was the rule. Then again, Dad never gave a damn about rules. So, I think, yeah, what's really interesting and confronting about this game, I think, is that from the outset, it does feel like there is very little hope. Like, the odds are totally stacked against us. Maybe, you know, we can hope that the government's going to save us, but seems like a long shot. And now for our new program. Yes, I'm a human. It's simple. You send in your photos, and we'll check what you really are. I do like this is totally something that would happen in this scenario. Just send your photos to us by email to yesiam@humanverification.agency and we'll handle the rest. But please, don't send anything other than eyes, teeth, and fingernails. We will not accept anything else. Okay. Anybody in here? No one in here? No one in here either. What are you doing, hanging out in the closet? Hello? I hope all this ends soon. How'd you lose your house? I remember it like it was yesterday. I'd just gotten fired. All I wanted was to go home, climb into bed, and cry my eyes out. When I got there, I saw a bunch of boots. Thought maybe my roommate had some friends over or something, you know? So I went up to her room to find out what she was up to. But as I got closer, I started hearing a strange sound. Kinda freaked me out, but I decided to take a peek, quiet-like, and see what was going on in there. I was only able to catch a brief glimpse of my roommate lying motionless on the bed when, suddenly, some grubby guy grabbed me from behind and said, "You can't go in there, she's not well. Come have a seat in the kitchen." And he quickly pulled me away and sat me down at the table. I wanted to leave, but I was paralyzed by fear. Then, I need to lie down. My stomach is doing somersaults. Ugh. Well, actually, I gotta test you first. Wait, what? You're gonna make a decision based on my teeth? Okay. Just had my teeth fixed. Though, if I'm honest, I can't really remember being at the dentist. Was I ever even there? God, I'm so nervous I can't even remember if I ate yesterday. Those are perfect teeth, I'm afraid. So, do I fit the description? I'm afraid so. I'm a visitor? How? How? It can't be! Oh my god. I was chased out of my home, fired from my job, now I'm gonna get run out of my own head. I'm scared of dying. Wait, can you cover my eyes? Do you have some kind of bandage? And she was, indeed, a visitor. What I really like is that as you fire, there's that little... everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody just keeps talking. They'll try and get one more word in, which I think is a really powerful... You know, it is a harrowing thing to enact violence, whether on human and non-human entities. And I think the game does a really good job at making that, at least initially, seem harrowing, and then like most horror games you do enter this sort of jaded sphere where I think you're like, oh well, you're probably a visitor, and just to be on the safe side I'll shoot you. And then when it turns out that they're not, I still felt pang of guilt, but there is that like, oh well, you know, like you showed some signs, so who could have been sure. Hello, you've reached 4 Rest food delivery. Would you like to place an order? Yes, 2 cans of Energica, please. Thank you, your order has been accepted. Please expect your delivery tomorrow night. I'll call the neighbour as well, see how he's doing. Hey neighbour, good to hear from you. So, you let a couple people in yet? If not, then you should really start thinking about it. Got any questions? You taking people in too? Yeah, I have to. My daughter doesn't really like it, but what can I do? There's no other way. She just keeps begging me to take her outside, just to get away from all the strangers in the house. But daytime's not an option, so we go for walks at night. Dangerous, I know, but what else can I do? Any questions? How many signs does it take to tell if someone's a visitor? If only I knew. Nobody really knows how many signs it takes to be sure. I'd say it's probably best to not jump to conclusions, though. Maybe they just went to the dentist before everything went to hell. Well, we just saw that that excuse doesn't work. Got any questions? How did you sort out the issue with food? I got lucky. Stocked up ahead of time. If I remember right, you did too. If you want something special, there's that food delivery service for Rest. Don't know their number, but you'll catch it on the TV or the radio ads. Got any questions? Yeah, see you later. Take care. Okay, so he seems to be doing okay. There's the... Hey buddy. Sup, dude? What were you doing before the cataclysm? Oh, bro, I was just chilling, you know, watching flicks, hanging with the homies. But now, no more movies, no more hangouts. Real bummer, dude. TV just loops the same thing. Panic, commercial, panic, commercial. My homies don't even pick up anymore. Heard some big shot saying, now's not the time for fun. This is a crisis. Man, screw that bore. Fun never ends in Funtown. Booyah. Okay, well, sure, but I need to test you. Like, no worries at all. I got you, homie. Check it. Are those perfectly white? I feel, you know, got some yellowing. They're not perfect. Teeth totally look like I grew up chewing corn, not cereal, right? But, bro, these chompers are as tough as nails. Popped a bottle with them once, man. Wild. Totally almost bit off my tongue, but the beers kept flowing, bro. Come on, man. Just like to blaze it, you know? Alright, buddy. You enjoy hanging out in the bathroom. You have a good time with that. Okay. No more radio broadcasts today. Nothing more on the TV. Let's go to sleep. Time for another night of inviting people into my house. Or not. Maybe he's kind of crazy after all. Hi, 4S delivery here. Accept the delivery. Here you go. Have a good day. Oh, I mean night. Still not used to that. Ooh, a man as pale as death itself is standing on the footpath. There are strange folds in his skin. It's as though his flesh is the wrong size for his body. So this is someone who's not even trying to hide the uncanny nature of their body. Can't see his eyes from here, but you can feel his gaze boring into you. You suddenly feel a sense of deep fear, and pray that the terrifying visitor passes by your house. I'm sure he'll just pass by. Enough. Stop fidgeting and stand still. Hello, could you please help us? What happened? I'm exhausted. I just want a place to sleep. I had 5 kids. Now this is the only one left. My husband disappeared too. Don't know if he's dead or if he abandoned us, but no, I just want to lie down and pass out for a few days. And where did your other kids go? I don't know. Maybe their father took them. I want to go to his house, but I just don't have the strength anymore. Sure, we fought a lot, but it's hard not to when you live with someone who acts like a complete asshole. Forget him. Look, the most important thing to me now is finding my kids. Come in. Finally, a minute of rest. Come on, get a move on. Pick your spot. Be out of here by tomorrow, I promise. I'm sure you will. I see your humble abode is the farthest one out here, child. I believe it will suit me just fine. And again, here is like the conversations that you have with these people are also, no one presents themselves normally or has a regular story to tell. Everyone is just as frightened and afraid as you, or they are, you know, actually these really hostile creatures, but there's no way to tell. And I think the game, to some extent anyway, is you know, attempting to act as a commentary on the effects of loneliness and how, you know, maybe maladjusted or isolated people can no longer sort of tell what good intentions are and these kinds of things. I'm still trying to think through the game's acknowledgement that some people actually are extremely dangerous, and you know, the other is not human and they will hurt you. If you were to, for whatever reason, follow through the game's message, does it have a bit of persuasive rhetoric? Yes, it does. Some people are dangerous. You can't and shouldn't help everybody because they may sabotage the entire project of life and society and these kinds of things. Some people, the game seems to argue, you know, must be excluded, and you know, if it were down to me, then yes, we would exclude Nazis and fascists and whatnot. But yeah, as far as I can tell, that's sort of the game's messaging, and it delivers that through the eyes of this very isolated man that we're playing as, who, you know, can we read this face? Can we get something nice out of it? Can we say, oh, this guy's probably fine? What does this mean? I believe it will suit me just fine, right? Like, these conversations, these are strange. Like, you knock on someone's door and they just announce that, yeah, your place will do great. Suit you for what? Lord have mercy. I'm speaking plainly, am I not? For hiding away, my child. I wish to stay here. Since we're speaking on the matter, allow me to inquire as to your amenities. You do have holy icons, I assume. I also require complete silence for prayer and contemplation. This isn't a hotel. Are you out of your fucking mind? Do not use such base language with me, you godless savage. Have you no fear of our Lord? Have you no shame? Ask a simple question about your home and you curse at me? Well, rest assured, I shall do my best to drive foul language like that right out of this place. You know what? Come in. God be with you, child. I don't know why I did that. It must have been that damn smile. I just couldn't resist. Hey kid, how are things holding up round your neck of the woods? I ain't from around here. Never been one to stay in one spot for too long. But I can't roam around like I used to no more. Age will do that to you, son. What are you hoping to find here? Here in town? Just needed a place to rest my bones is what that should probably say, kid. Ever since this damn business with the sun, they've been crawling out of their holes more than ever. I'm telling you, son, they're up to something, and they need to be put down. You want to hunt the visitors? Aren't you doing the same thing? Now, you ain't a fool, kid, but hell if I'm just going to shoo them away. Let one go, it'll be right back to tear your damn throat out. I Ain't getting a second chance with them crafty varmints. Come in. Knew you went soft. You got some backbone, son. We'll wipe them out. Won't let no varmint within a mile of this place. Okay, so we've let a lot of people in. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm sure one of them at least is going to be a murderer. Smells like someone died tonight. Well, what do you know? Good afternoon. Here's the news. The anomalous heat is continuing to rise, and the invasion of the visitors has shown no signs of slowing. As such, the government has founded a new organization to address the emerging situation. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, abbreviated as FEMA. I did find this interesting that the game does now sort of explicitly situate itself in America. FEMA employees can be identified by their yellow hazmat suits and gas masks. I don't actually know when FEMA was established. I guess maybe that would date it a little, but we do have, we have emails. FEMA is a bit older than that. Yellow hazmat suits and gas masks. Merely days since their founding, the agency has already discovered a new way to identify visitors. Dirt under the fingernails. Specialists say this sign helps identify visitors who have crawled out from under the ground. That's all for now. Stay calm and don't leave the house during the day. Next up, a crisis report regarding a pale maniac. But first, some ads. Turmoil, terror, and suffering, and all because of the visitors. But in our hour of need, just as our cries were about to be left unanswered, FEMA has come to our aid. These brave heroes from the Federal Emergency Management Agency are protecting us from the visitor invasion. So far, the agency has identified over 27,000 dangerous anomalies. Remember, you can help the agency by informing them about any suspicious activity around you. To do so, use the invitation to visit FEMA. And if you ever start to wonder whether you might be a guest, call our hotline on 000-451. Help us help you. Support FEMA and join the fight against the visitors. Anything else? Reports say a pale maniac has appeared on the streets of the city. From various testimonies, police have learned that his victims all had one thing in common. They were alone. Additionally, the maniac likes to talk to the victim before committing their vicious murder. Police have assembled a sketch of the killer from eyewitness accounts. The suspect is a very pale, middle-aged man with black hair. He's of slender build and wears a single pair of pants. Further reports have added that he sometimes also wears the skin of a different person. This information has not been confirmed. If you see this man, do not open your door. Do not tell him that you are alone. That's all for now. Okay. Creepy. Who died? Oh no. The tall man. We liked him. Our Father who art in heaven. So, yeah, how do you like the house with the murdered guy? It's wretched, child. The walls are crooked and the layout makes no sense at all. Tell me, did you purposely assign me the most pitiful little room you had? The furniture is old and sagging, probably been made a meal of by the moths that have also taken up residence. Couldn't even hang a cross and make it a proper room, could you? Why do you test me, Father? Okay. It's stuffy in here. You okay? How's the kid? He's tired. Like me. He's shy around you people too, so he's being extra clingy. Kids struggle to handle stuff like this. They may not complain, but you can see it written on their faces. Sometimes I feel like it's my fault for dragging them into all of this. It's too late to change any of that now. Stay sharp. Any one of us could be a visitor. You're a hunter, right? More of a ranger, kid. Live way out in the wilds. No TV, just radio. That's how I found out what was going on. Decided I wouldn't let no one cross my threshold. No siree. My home's my fortress. What if one of them were a visitor? Sweet talks me, then slits my throat while I sleep. Why are you here, then? Hell if I'm letting that tall son of a gun get his hands on me. He's the reason I gone and left my cabin. Aye, I can see it in your eyes. You've seen him too, ain't you, son? You saw the tall, pale visitor too? So I ain't the only one. Yeah, I saw it. If you only knew what I done been through, kid. We'll talk about it, just not tonight. Bring me a beer tomorrow, and you'll hear it all. No, we don't want to hear his story. How you doing? Sup, dude? What did you do for work? Work? Pfft, only suckers work, dude. I was out there living, you get me? Saw this movie once, the main guy, straight up me. Tell me, do factory dudes look happy? Hell nah. I threw parties, man. Met rad new homies. That's real living. I've never spoken like this before in my life. Like, I guess I was a warehouse manager once. Delivery joint. Folks set me up, you know. So, you're living off your parents. Why hustle, dude, when I got it all figured out? Not using what's already got is hella dumb. Like, you got a big ass garden, right? You just gonna let it hang on the wall? Hell nah. I'm just going with the flow, same as you. I like that, the conversations. Okay, we have great chats. Okay, let's see. Have your eyes become red? Your teeth white? Has dirt appeared under your nails? An evil spirit has entered you. You're a visitor. Don't let this blight take over your body. Call our experts immediately on 777-460. They'll cast out the evil spirit, cleanse your body of the pernicious aura, and provide you with enhanced protection. I think I missed this one when I played it last night. Okay. 777-460. Do they put it up there for me? Yep. I'm going to call the psychics, and then we're going to call our neighbour, I think. Hello? Please hold while we connect you with an available visitor removal specialist. Hello? Who are you? What do you mean? I see. You avoided my question. It seems the visitor spirit has already begun to take root inside you. Now listen carefully. You don't have much time. Tell me, do you ever leave a slice of bread out in the kitchen? No. Why would I? Oh, that explains a lot. You're not on good terms with your house spirit. That's why the visitor spirit came. But no worries. We can work with this. Do you have a personal computer at home? No. Okay. So Alt F4 is off the table. Tell me, do you consume mushrooms? Only kombucha, occasionally. Oh no. You must stop immediately. Kombucha is a known and ancient evil. It allows strands of mycelium to grow inside you, letting the spirits control you like a puppet. You can't imagine what it'll do if it gets to your memories. They might be erased completely, or replayed over and over, changing your choices each time. That's right, because kombucha allows you to save your game. Ha ha ha, very funny. Worst part, you won't even realize you're being controlled. Again, leaning into the inherent repetition of video games. Alright then, one last question. Has there been any blood spilled in your home? Yes. Haha, that explains it. It's not a visitor spirit, it's a spectral spirit, a dead person's soul. Unfortunately, spectres aren't exactly my area of expertise. You'll need an exorcist for that, they'll help you. I'm afraid there's nothing more I can do. Goodbye. Your visitor removal session is now complete. Thank you for using our services. A consultation fee will be charged to your connected account shortly. A fee? That's correct. Our visitor removal specialists need to make a living after all. How would you rate your experience today? A strong 1 out of 10. Thank you. Your feedback is very important to us. Goodbye. Okay. We kept control over our body after an amateurish exorcism. Let's call the neighbour, shall we? 047. I really like being able to interact with technology in this way. Simulating the experience of the old. It's just very... I love tactile technology in games. I think it's so important to simulate this older technology, and what it does is it makes it haunted, right? That's something that's a genre of game actually that I've codified in my own research, which is techno haunted, and that's what I'm interested in, is seeing how old technology haunts new horror games, modern horror games. This was released just this week, and it uses all of this old technology to provide this uncanny, haunted feeling. And there's obviously there's a lot of ways you can do that, but I think all of this old technology by now, simply by including it, is haunted or disturbing, especially within the context of a horror game. An old phone, that's creepy now. Cell phone, maybe not so creepy, but a crackly radio, a staticky television, that's creepy, right? And we understand that as shorthand for something being creepy, and this game taps into that all the time, obviously, with also the crunchy graphics and the uncanny art style and all of that. It's really a quintessential techno haunted game, as is, you know, our interaction with the phone. So important. You saw what happened out there. Those teenagers got killed. Thought the streets weren't that dangerous. Guess I was wrong. My daughter talked me into going out to play again. Didn't seem too bad till I saw the bodies. It's the last time I risk her life like that. God, I'll never forgive myself if something happens to her. She's my whole world. Is your daughter okay? I don't know. With all those weeds, I was hoping she didn't notice. But back at home, she said she saw a face in the grass. Trying to convince her it was her imagination, but she's not really biting. Who killed them? It was that tall, pale thing. Thought it only killed people who stayed inside. I thought I had it under control. Figured if I ever saw that silhouette, we'd head straight back home. But I didn't think about what else she might see. Be careful. Thanks. You take care too. Okay, so we need to check. I'm thinking we check the priest. I need to test you. Seems God is not the only one who tests me so. Okay, clean. Old age and roach poison brings forth a rash as persistent as the non-believers, only half as vexatious. Okay, you can relax. For now. What about you? Stuffy in here. Need to test you. Show me your hands. Clean. Shovels, not palms. All for the kids. Okay. What's in my fridge? Okay. I'm gonna need... Any one of us could be a visitor. I gotta test you. Show me your teeth. Of course my teeth are white. I ain't a savage, son. Wipe my ass too if that's important. Son of a gun. This is how the varmint feels before I blast him. And you were also a visitor. Okay, I'm gonna call, see if we can order some more. Winding wind, hello! Waiting for the sleep-deprived delirium to kick in. I like the aesthetic in this. It's a very cool aesthetic. I already have a pending delivery in our system. Okay. Can't order every day. It is a very effectively, I think, uncanny aesthetic. It really taps directly into that, and the interplay of 2D art and 3D environments is also very, very cool. He's having a great time in there. You see a group of armed soldiers through the window. Apparently it's a small squad that was sent here from the city to provide security for female employees. You hear some fragments of information about a pale man with a bare torso. Maybe they want to track down that creepy visitor. I think this is a very good game to wait for the sleep-deprived delirium to kick in. Certain realism to it in an uncanny way. Yeah, I think, you know, the house does have this very nostalgic feel to it, which is, you know, haunting, right? As I've talked about many times before, this idea that something appearing realistic is, you know, can be haunting in that, as you say, uncanny way. And I think the uncanny does need an element of realism or an element of familiarity at the very least to work. Howdy. What do you want? Spacious house you got yourself here. I like it. I got a gun. Delicious. Despair gives courage to the coward, yes? So, you alone? No, I'm not alone. It's your lucky day. I can hear someone whispering inside. But who knows where they'll be in a few days? Great. What's going on out the back? The charred husks of the teenagers' bodies are lying on the ground. Looks like they've been there all day. 2 FEMA employees are standing next to the bodies and writing something down. It's a good thing they showed up to take away the corpses. You'd hate to think what kind of diseases could spread if the decaying flesh was left to rot out there. So it's going well outside, everything is under control. Howdy! You all home? Who are you? Me and my brood used to live just a couple blocks down from here. Them yellow fellas gone kicked us all out the building but never took us nowhere. No shelter, no help. Where are we supposed to go? What are we supposed to do? Folks ran every which way after that. I came here trying to survive. Were there many of you? It were the whole darn building. Some folks just tried to stay put, and the yellers just yanked them out, like they were picking folks willy-nilly. A bunch of the tenants got snatched up, bless their hearts. They ain't even chased the rest of us too much. Now Mama's just trying to stay alive, darling. I'm afraid I really can't take the risk. You gotta leave. Fine, just don't go opening the door for them yellow fellas. Matter of fact, don't open it at all. Haha. I'll bring my brood here. Big Mama will make sure you don't die alone. I see. Refuse entry to aggressive tenants. So, we meet again. I remember things were a bit different last time we crossed paths. Yet, we remain alive. It's a strange thing. Don't know how to explain it. I'd like to start our conversation with a divination. Tell my fortune by choosing a page in this book. Where should I open to? At the end. It was so long ago. Perhaps it was a dream. Maybe you, I, and the fish only exist in the memory of a person who is long gone. Maybe no one really exists, and it's only raining outside. Feels like things might truly fade away so very, very soon. What do you think? Do we inhabit the dream of another, or are we the one who dreams? It's an interesting line. What does it mean? I need to think it through carefully. Do you have any insights to offer? Anyway, I only came here to tell you something. Events will soon begin to unfold. You need to be ready. It may sound strange, but the cat must enter. I cannot yet explain how, yet I am certain it will help you. You can choose what you do with this information, of course. As for me, I think I'll go have a ponder on the deeper meaning of your divination. Okay. Something's tapping on something. Is that one of the guests? What is going on? There's a small group of FEMA employees standing by your neighbor's house. You wonder what they're talking about. Maybe they're taking soil samples, or looking for someone to set up a base. Go back to sleep. Smells like someone died tonight. Okay, there's another visitor in the house. Good afternoon, here's the news. FEMA has taken new measures to address the ongoing visitor invasion. As of now, they have organized quarantine zones to detain potentially dangerous suspects. FEMA has also identified a new visitor sign after experimenting with those detained. Blood red eyes. According to reports, FEMA discovered the sign after observing detained visitors, noting the creatures have increased photosensitivity, causing their eyes to become inflamed and red. That's all for now. Stay calm and don't leave the house during the day. Next up, a report on FEMA, but first a word from our sponsors. Once upon a time, 2 brothers lived near a dam. The daily splashing of water made the river foam like a crisp beverage on a summer day. Later in life, the image of their childhood in mind, the 2 brothers started Boba Brewery together. Since then, Boba Churney has become one of the best-selling beers, both at home and in bars. Boba Churney beer. Drink the good stuff, drink a lot. Now available through food delivery. It's the kind of thing I think works in horror better than other genres. I'm generally not big on traditional character animation with CGI backgrounds or other elements. Definitely, because it is tapping again, into that uncanny, which obviously works in horror because you want the viewer to feel disturbed, and you want things to be kind of incongruous, right? You want that feeling of ugh, this doesn't feel right. often feels like a more cynical attempt to save money, yeah, and I think in projects where it doesn't fit, it definitely does come across as this, yeah, as you say, cynical, but also just kind of ultimately detrimental to the work, in that if the corners hadn't been cut, the story could have been presented in a more fitting way. And obviously, if we lived in a world that valued art more than it does, I think every project would hopefully at least get a chance to shine, that we wouldn't have to be worrying about saving money. FEMA, what is it and why was it formed? The Federal Emergency Management Agency is a special government service that was formed to ease the emerging crisis. They're helping to address the many problems caused by the visitors' invasion. It's not known for sure what exactly the agency is working on, but we can say with confidence that our fate is in reliable hands. Horror is the best genre. That's right. That's why we're here, right? It's in my name. I'm Horror Game Analysis, not anything else analysis. Anything goes, exactly. Horror is so cool because you can bend the rules in all kinds of ways, and no one will complain as long as it ends up being creepy or weird. Horror is just so fun, isn't it? That's what drew me to horror games in the first place, was the understanding that traditional gameplay elements could be destabilized at every turn, and you didn't have to play by your own rules all the time, and the player would accept that. The agency is made up of experts in various fields, including many distinguished scientists, noted researchers. If a FEMA employee appears on your doorstep, recommend you cooperate with them, follow their instructions. Remember, help us, help you. Support FEMA and join the fight against the visitors. That's all? Okay. Okay, so the priest was fine, as it turns out. So then we know, because you've been in here for ages. I don't think you've killed anybody. But on the other hand, where is the kid? So stuffy in here. Didn't you have a kid with you? Huh? He's still around. Probably just wandered off somewhere. Need to know where my other kids went. Do you have a phone? I could call their father. That way I don't have to see his ugly mug again. Okay, is the kid actually around? If the kid is around... Well said, thank you. I like to think I'm vaguely eloquent about the genre by now. I've had a few years of practice. Okay, you are clearly... Okay, we got to test you. Nothing to hide. Show me your eyes. See these huge bags? Yeah, that's what sleep deprivation will do to you. Where the hell is the kid? Conjunctivitis Awareness Day. Sup, dude? Something wrong? Dude, where are your movies? You got like 0 tapes in here. Do you even watch anything? Like, I'm dying of boredom over here, man. This isn't the time for movies. Bummer. I thought this place would be lit. But not gonna lie, the folks here, kinda whack. And there's nothing to watch. No zines, no flicks, just books. Who the hell even reads, dude? That's like Stone Age stuff. Just fancy words and whatever. Snore. This isn't some movie theater. Are you here to party or to survive? Come on, man. My TV back home's hella toasted, dude. I was hoping you'd save me from dying of total boredom, but no. You're like such a buzzkill, man. You need to calm down if you want to survive. Like, chillax, dude. This place like totally sucks, but it's better than being out in the streets. Just at least let me watch some TV, man. Come on. Just the other day you said you didn't like the TV. What's on the radio today? Yoverst. I like the psychological and surrealist potential of horror. I feel like horror just inherently meshes with those styles. Absolutely. I think viewers and, you know, players are willing to accept that kind of stuff from horror, which I think there's like already that audience buy-in, right? It's time for I Want to Believe, program where we're uncovering secrets. Today we'll be discussing the truth about visitors with a special guest, a doctor of science and respected employee of... Wait, what? He's not coming? How did they steal all of his documents? There was mountains of information in there. Damn it, I knew we wouldn't be allowed to reveal the truth. Also, in regards to that, Miss Nightmares, stopped getting them a long time ago. Dream logic, real life horror is fun. I do wish I had the occasional nightmare that I could plumb for inspiration, but seems like a lot of horror creators get them, but yeah, not me either. But it is fun to like be able to say like I tapped into my subconscious to create this horrible thing. Great, 100%. I've been able to dream it all for years now. Yeah, I remember like vague snippets of my dreams, but nothing particularly interesting. I feel like I have very tragically mundane dreams. I need something freaky, you know. I need inspiration to make the next like Fear and Hunger, you know. Closest thing I had is sleep paralysis. Yeah, I've never had that either, but I think it's not something I want to experience. That turned into just waking up to explosions that weren't real. That sounds harrowing. Don't get that anymore though. So stuffy in here. Yeah, we're gonna test you again. Didn't used to care about them much. Just didn't have the time. My gums have been bleeding when I brush my teeth. Started last week. Look, they're still yellow. How could I not smoke with kids like these? Not yellow, lady. Finally, peace and quiet. No one's gonna badger me anymore. You killed so many people. Okay. At least my favorite movie watching guy is still alive. Let's test ourselves. Bloodshot. They're red. Motherfucker. Shouldn't have drank all that caffeinated crap. We drank one thing. Goodness. Okay. Back to sleep we go. Okay. I feel like we need to bring some more people in, but we've lost quite a few. He just does the weirdest. He must stalk in his sleep or something. Good evening. Hello, FEMA? I'm from FEMA. I'm making house calls around your neighborhood, checking in with the residents. Why should I trust you? I can show you my credentials if it will put you at ease. Anyway, visitors rarely move in groups, maybe even never. Why are you in protective gear? Should we be wearing that too? No, but you could buy some if it would help make you feel safer. We're still in the process of studying the sun's effect on the environment. It's important for us to be careful since we're spending so much time outside. Does FEMA have a plan of action? Of course. We can't action our plans without proof. So, we'll take one of the people staying here back to our laboratory. We'll have them complete a few tests so we can make sure everything's above board, then we'll send them back. No, I've only got one person, and I've figured out he's totally cool. We really like him. Do I need to pack? Is this your house? Then no. Stay with the other residents. If you need to evacuate, we'll let you know. We'll just take one person and be on our way. Have a good night. Well, I hope they got movies for you to watch, buddy. See ya. Hello. Yeah, so again, yeah, this is another form of what I was talking about before in terms of like, I think techno haunted games. That's the thing I've been working on codifying. And I think what it also does, it doesn't necessarily just have to be technology, though, obviously, the filters and stuff that the game is delivering its information through, that is a big factor of it, but a lot of it is, well, you know, like a big part of Haunting is the nostalgic element, and I think even just the style of dress and the way the characters look, I think that is also such an important part of the uncanny element to this game, the like nostalgic factor of like, oh, like, what time even is this? Yeah, I can't believe they took away the comic relief 80s B-movie side character. It just, I was having such fun reading out his dialogue as well. I've never spoken like that before in my life. Can I trust you? Can I trust you? You're not with FEMA, are you? No, I'm not with FEMA. Oh, good. That means I can trust you. Look at that. That's a nice smile. Always seem to have a kind of lens distortion on them. Well, especially through the peephole. I mean, I think it makes it even worse, right? You can't even trust your own vision. You don't know. Like, since everyone looks so weird and uncanny, like, you're basing your decisions basically off of nothing. They just seem, some people you just have to guess are untrustworthy, and some people reveal themselves as untrustworthy, but most of the time you're just like taking people on with good faith, really. Just the hope that they will be a nice person to connect with. Standard FEMA protocol that agents disclose their affiliation when asked. They're required to. So if you say you're not with them, you must be telling the truth, Yeah, of course. FEMA just can't lie. Which means I can share something big with you. What are you talking about? Brace yourself, my friend. The scales are about to fall from your eyes. Election rigging. Proof the moon landing was fake. Great. Government mind control. Through fast food. Yes. Really. And finally, the truth behind those potato-flavored chips. What does that even mean? They're an abomination of science. Yeah. Come in, I'm sold. I knew I could trust you. Believe me, I've seen the truth. Forget all the lies you've been told. I think that was a very healthy and mature reaction of me. We're going to have healthy, constructive debate, as we have with all conspiracy theorists. Give them a platform and nothing will go wrong. Oh dear, the entire squad of soldiers that arrived just yesterday is dead. Looks like there was a massacre out there. Bodies are scattered across the whole street. One of them is missing its head. Did that pale, creepy stranger kill them all? Deeply respect the dev for resisting the urge to put a tinfoil hat on him. That would have made things just too obvious. He probably believes the government put something in the tinfoil. The pale, creepy man is standing on the street, smiling. He's holding someone's decapitated head in a helmet. It's the head of a soldier, his face frozen in a terrified grimace. You're not sure what scared him more, the pale visitor or his own impending death. And that's one of his... Shrunk his cranium with the lens distortion effect. Your neighbour's house, which he just painted white, has burned to a crisp and is now blacker than black. Seems like the fire only went out a short while ago. Could someone have burnt it down on purpose? What happened to your neighbour's family? Is anyone still alive? Worried thoughts swirl in your head and you're overcome with a feeling of incomprehension and helplessness. So everything's gone pretty good outside. Oh, hi. Let me in. What happened? My dad. They killed my daddy. Who did it? Visitors came to the house. They were sitting with us. Daddy was talking to them about something, and then they killed him. He probably got to the bottom of the potato chips conspiracy. Now our house is on fire. Come in. You'll help me. I'm scared. Okay, come in. We're gonna try and keep you safe. Hi. Oh, it's the cat we were told to bring in. You open or not? Do you know the bald man? Big Tuba had to silence your daddy. I think Big Tuba does sound better than Big Potato. More authoritative or something, you know? Big Tuba. Too many questions. Yes, I know. How will help you? Missed like the first 3/4 of an hour of this and I haven't really got a clue what's going on. That's okay. You can always watch the VOD later. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yada yada yada. I feel like it's, you know, basically we're letting people into the house. We can't be alone at any time. Otherwise, the guy who's murdering people outside will come in and kill us. So yeah, we're just like just inviting people in. Who are you? I dance. Ballet. You can tell? Did someone send you here? Don't think so. Why matter? Heh. Prove that you're a person. 2 arm, 2 leg, 1 head. Not enough for you? Did I pass test? You open or no? You know what? That's good enough. That's good enough for me. I make myself home here. Come on, kitty. Time to run and enjoy. Welcome in. No one else is coming tonight, so we invited inside terrified little girl, conspiracy theorist, and kitty. I love how funky the cat looks as well. Ugly cute. Ironic engagement farming for the win. That's me. Good afternoon. You're watching the news. Due to a sharp increase in suspected visitor sightings, FEMA has announced that it is enacting new protection measures. Effective immediately, a full quarantine will be enforced across all major population areas. Travel outside your city or to nearby villages is strictly prohibited. Please stay within your designated area. Yeah, comment what you think about what's going on here down below. I'd love to hear all your thoughts on that. I mean, unironically I would, because I enjoy having discussions with people about games on an academic level, but in addition, FEMA has revealed a new visitor identification procedure. Hairless armpits, okay. FEMA reports that the visitors have no visible hair in this area, making it a useful identification tool. The agency is asking citizens to bear with the tests and comply with escorts to quarantine zones. That's all for now. Stay calm and don't leave the house during the day. Next up, a report on what you can do if you spot a visitor. Okay. If only there were a link on screen leading us to the exact channel that we are legally required to subscribe to for all eternity. If only someone knew how to subscribe to the very beautiful, inventively named horror game analysis. I was truly inspired when I came up with the name for my channel, I can tell you that. But yeah, Wending Wind I really like that, because it is like I genuinely want to hear from people, but I feel like if I say that, I do sound like the YouTuber who really doesn't give a shit and just wants like comment interaction, but I do care. How do people see that? FEMA suggests that the visitor phenomenon may be infectious or pose a thus far undisclosed biological threat. For this reason, it's to report any potential visitors and isolate them immediately. If you can't hand over a visitor to a quarantine zone right away, issue them a special request to appear before FEMA. During the next collection round, an employee will take in anyone who has this paper for examination. That's all for now. Okay. So we got papers as well. Stupid cold. I'm always sick when I get the energy to start streaming again. I'm sick. Feeling lonely, anxious, got no one to talk to. Then the phone roulette is just what you need. Yes, that seems reasonable. Call us now on 891-533 and we'll connect you with the perfect conversation partner. Can't think of any way that would go wrong. Okay. Children's Day. That poor, sad little child. Okay. Got something to share? No, I want you to share more of your life with me. Come on. We got viewers who are invested in your theories. What are those papers? You would not believe what's in these files. Seriously, some of it's actually pretty darn fascinating. Take a look at this one, for instance. This theory is especially curious. It claims visitors aren't actually real, that they're part of a secret government plan to prune the population. Quite a compelling read, and oddly, it kind of makes sense if you really think about it. Now consider, overpopulation is a known problem, yes? It is simply the truth of our society. Well, like, actually it's like we're under-resourced, we're putting all the resources in the wrong place. We could divvy it up fairly. Overpopulation isn't... Anyway, suppose this is how the government has decided to handle it. I like handle and potato, you know, the same. I want my mommy. Tell me what happened. I don't know. They came in and started talking, and Dad said they were wrong. Then they said, Daddy. Okay, just rest for now. Girl calls out for her father non-stop. There's no end in sight to her hysterics. And for good reason. Handle it. With the maximum number of quotations. I wish I could count those so I could see what layer of irony Yoveos is currently operating on. Hello, cat. No, pet the cat. I think it's an important feature that if a game has an animal, you must be able to pet it. Hard to tell if it likes it or not. Can relate to that. Come on, let's go for a walk. I love the drawing so much. It's so cute. Oh. Let's swim back over there. I don't know myself. I get lost trying to read the map. Yeah, it's okay. I know that pain. Love it when people have the little animation overlay that subscribes and clicks the bell. One of those things I laugh at and I don't know what to make of it. I also never know what to make of it either. It's just... Does that work? Is that something that... Do people actually engage with that? Oh, the bell. The bell. I get it now. They want me to subscribe. When they say like and subscribe, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It's one of those... I'm sure someone could write a thesis on that. There's only one way to find out. Yeah, I'll go through a little period of just being like completely insane YouTuber lady, just like I had to smash that like button and so crazy overlays. And yeah, no, I think people would say that she'd sold out, and I don't really want people to say she's sold out, so you know, I'll just stay in my little niche, I think. Well, that's what I want you to think, though. Kitty is here. What more you need? Yeah, why are you here? What a dumb question. You open door. Ask yourself what for. What am I for? It's all same to me. Place is place. Said go here, so went here. I don't want any nothing. Not you. What matters is, you keep place comfy for Kitty. The rest? Who care? HGA is partnered with Big Turban. No! No. You can't have seen through me that quickly. Got something to share? I need to test you. By all means, just be aware. Testing me could lead you to learn things you wish you hadn't. Show me your hands. Sure. I like that he's got scribbles on his hands. See the ink? It's under my nails, on my skin. Work deep into the pores. 'Tis but the price you pay for knowledge. Okay. Should we test really? Those are the only 3 people I have, right? Yeah. He's single-handedly saving the rainforest by writing all over his hands. Kitty is here. What more you need? I'm gonna test you. You test me? Ah, yes. Be sure of something. Teeth? You chew up what conscience leaves behind? Eat it all up. Bite a tasty hole in tasty conscience. What is conscience? You're so obviously creepy, right? Haha, shoot the gun. That's what she wants. Never thought she'd favor Big Idiot. Never thought... Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. steal Limmy's thing where he does a whole 2-minute instructional speech on how to apply the complimentary Amazon Prime Twitch sub as well. I should come up with a little ironic spiel, actually. Yeah, I feel like that would suit my style. Got something to share. I'm gonna test you again. I want to look. Yeah, I want to see your teeth. Awful habit of chewing on pencils, you see. I'll do my best to come up with something. I feel like that would be good. You seem really sketchy, and I'm like, if I leave you alive, you probably are gonna kill the little girl, and I really don't want you to do that. But also, I think we're invested in your character, so I'm gonna trust you, and it's gonna be a complete mistake, but I'm gonna trust you. What's happened to my cursor? What did happen to my cursor? Oh no. The keyboard's still working. Oh, my cursor has just become invisible. What is going on? Oh my goodness. And it's not interacting with anything. That's fun. What if I try the controller? Let me see. Where's that plug gone? I watched that Zizek clip years ago where he talks about propaganda working through irony. So like everyone is doing things ironically, but they're actually doing the thing. Yes, I mean, I think that's very accurate. Is that, you know, we convince ourselves that. How do I go to sleep? It's not letting me go to sleep. Can I go to sleep ironically? Or is the game glitched? It's all because I shot her. Because it's, yeah, like, I can't... What has happened? This is the mouse moving. So, like, I get little hints of it working, and it does click. What if I... Can I click on anybody in here? Like, I'm moving it all the way over to, like, where the fridge would be. My goodness. What if I Alt-Tab out for a second? Okay, got the cursor. Alright. Did I get it back? No, I didn't get it back. It's gone again. Okay. Can I even save the game? This is incredible. Yeah, like I plugged the controller in. I was just trying to get the cursor back because I kind of just wanted to like play it through in one sitting, but what if I unplug it again? It's just the mouse that's vanished. It's really weird. Why does this always happen to me? It's just gonna devolve into like me troubleshooting. Cynical distance is just one way to blind ourselves to the structural power of ideological fantasy. Even if we do not take things seriously, even if we keep an ironical distance, we're still doing them. Yeah, I don't know, it's like... It is like insulation, right, for our psyche. We're just, you know... Oh, I'm only ironically doing this really stupid thing. But, yeah, you're still doing it, right? Like, you're still perpetuating something that is potentially harmful in some cases. Okay, so I've saved the game. And what I am going to do then... Yep, I'm going to quit out, and I'm just going to quickly reboot the game. I'm not exactly sure what's happened, but we'll just reboot it really quick. Hopefully no more problems. Continue. Okay. We're back. We'll see if we can call someone. Yeah, the phone roulette. We wanted to call them. And also we'll order something from the food delivery place. Yeah, I don't know, is that a weakness in the human psyche? I think it is, right? This idea that things are okay if we shake our heads in tut as we do them. Hello, you've reached phone roulette. We'll connect you with your perfect conversation partner shortly. Please hold. Hi, hello. Hello. I need to talk to someone. So much has happened recently. I tried reaching out to friends and people I know, but nobody answers. Then I found out about phone roulette. Maybe it's not the best place for me to be pouring my heart out, but I don't have much choice. I know it's not right to burden a stranger with my problems, but you have no idea how much just talking to someone will help me. It would make me feel so much better. Would you mind listening to me? Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, thank you. I think it might be easier if I tell you a little about myself. Anything in particular you'd like to know? Where do you live? Far from home, unfortunately. I was trying to escape the heat and looked for the coldest place I could find. I'm in the middle of nowhere and the cold cuts right to the bone. Nothing grows here, not even grass. It's a relatively safe place, miles from anywhere. But if there's a cold spot in the ninth circle of hell, then this place isn't so bad by comparison. It's funny, I used to hate the cold, but now it feels like a blessing. I want to believe the sun will calm down and this will all be over, but I'm losing faith in a happy ending. What happens when the sun stops burning? The visitors might never disappear. They could replace our friends and loved ones and we wouldn't even know. Why did you go alone? I didn't want to, but my best friend actually wanted to come with me, but he couldn't. He didn't have the papers to travel. When the cataclysm hit, getting them became impossible. He was so crushed, he regretted not getting them sooner. I wanted to help him, but I didn't know how. I think he was in love with me, you know. He cared about me so much, always supportive, always ready to listen. Eventually I realized we liked each other. I wanted him to confess his feelings first, but I guess he just couldn't find the right moment. And then the cataclysm started, and there wasn't any time for that anymore. I regret not telling him first. Well, you know a little about me, now it's your turn. I don't even know where to start. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with talking about yourself. I'm lonely. I had a tough relationship with my father. I'm no longer part of that family. And now all that's left of them is this house. I'm sorry. Sounds like you're not too thrilled about the house ending up with you. Pretty much. I can't even imagine what you went through. Hey, thanks again for talking to me. Goodbye, and stay strong, okay? So we learned a little bit about who we're playing as. And I think, I don't know, our relationship to space, obviously that's something I'm very interested in, as you know, but I think, yeah, how we relate to one's family home, or family homes, extended family homes, you know, what do those spaces actually mean to us? And yeah, what does it mean not only to no longer inhabit them, but almost to be forced to inhabit them, to sort of relive memories, you know, day in, day out. And obviously this game is tapping into that feeling in a very extreme way, and that you're trapped here, there's no way out. Hello, you've reached Forest Food Delivery. Yes, I want to feed the cat, please. Thank you, your order has been accepted. Gonna get a delivery of cat food for you. And there's the basement's been unlocked. We can go have a look in the basement. Anything down here? Some food. Those pickles? Maybe? Doesn't seem like there's anything. I couldn't figure out anything to do down here when I played it last night. It's okay. Maybe something will come up if we have the right person in our house. Okay, time to see the impact of our decision to leave the crazy person alive. You're looking at the ruins of your neighbor's house. A happy family lived there until recently. Now, only a ghostly shell remains. A strange feeling overwhelms you, as if you knew this was coming, as if death was coming to that house, oh so very soon. I miss the guy who talked about films. Good evening. I'm with FEMA. We're running a routine inspection in your neighborhood. Don't worry, it won't take too long. When will you return the person you took? Return? Ah, so our team's already been here. After screening, there's a mandatory quarantine period. They'll be staying with us for a while. After that, they'll be sent back from the quarantine zone. Fine, if there's no other way. Don't worry, the procedures are demanding, yes, but we allow them time to rest. Oh, not the girl. Once the tests are done, we'll tell you what to do next. If you're unable to immediately transfer a suspected visitor to a quarantine zone, issue them a mandatory appearance slip. FEMA officials are inspecting the site of the recent massacre. They're taking all of the dead soldiers' equipment and weapons to prevent looting. Probably didn't expect the pale visitor to survive against a group of armed soldiers. Now there are a few more body bags. So, you're still holed up here, I see. What do you think of that guy, the one in the suit? He's just doing his job. Times are rough lately. Just one thing after another, am I right? Maybe the suits will restore order. Or should we take matters into our own hands? I'm doing what I can. And what exactly can you do? Can you ward off death? Stop the floods, the fires, the decay? The only thing you can stop is a heartbeat. Listen, you alone? I'm not alone. Still scrambling to survive in this new world, are we? Why? Dogs rule the world now, and only dogs survive here. You understand what I mean, yes? Things will never go back to the way they were. Life changed. You're falling out of rhythm. Next time we meet, things will be interesting. You see a human skull decorating a stake, still wearing a helmet. Its skin has been burnt black and looks like someone has yanked out its teeth. Head must have been there all day. You can't shake the feeling that this grisly display is a threat. Really? Probably left behind by that creepy pale visitor. Again, really? Interesting. Interesting. Wonderful. The cat's with you. What to do with it? What to do with the one who brought it is for you to decide. Already done. How'd you know about the cat? I see further than most. A gift I was given. I don't see all, but I know what awaits further down the path you walk. Something terrible comes to meet you. You are not the cause, you will feel its touch all the same. Maybe they'll mention it on the radio. Will you listen? What's gonna happen? I can't say more. I've already said too much. Treat this as advice if you wish, but for 2 days yonder, testing portends doom. When I first came here, I felt something strange. Now the feeling has subsided somewhat. I think we're on the right path. Hope to see you again soon. Okay. Cynical distance is by far my favorite cope. I mean, yeah. This is what I think the game almost is like sets that up as the natural thing to do. It's just like keep your distance from the world, but you can't get very far in the game if you sort of keep a cynical distance from the world. I think the game encourages engagement with problems even on some level, which I think is interesting. It doesn't allow you to go the route of crazy hermit. You do need to still like let people into your life and like keep track of what's going on outside. How'd you become a delivery guy? Just passed the screenings. I checked all the signs, decided I'm human, and oh, you mean how I ended up still working in the middle of an apocalypse? Well, what else was I supposed to do? Sit at home and rot? At least out here I can distract myself and not think about this whole shit show. Besides, my family's far away, not from around here. I only came to study at the local university. I'm on my own. That's too bad. Whatever. Being a delivery guy isn't that bad. Besides, what's the point of studying if no one's going to hire me anyway? Alright, got an order here to deliver to you. Ready to take it? Yep. Thanks. Have a good night. Hello there, human. How lucky we are to witness the humanity's final judgment with our own eyes. The earth is being cleansed of sin. The sun is doing its holy work. You're on the path to a pure, new world. Behold, the fucking beams of blessing. What? Are you still confused, human? Here, I'll break it down for you in simple terms. The sun does not burn and broil us alive without purpose. It is cleansing us of our sins. Our lust and greed has polluted this world, and it has angered the sun. This is our reckoning, and it is a blessing. All sin will end, and we shall live as righteous fucking ashes under its gaze. So, we have to die? What'll happen to you? What does this have to do with me? We shall all live deliciously as soon as the sun completes its salvation. Its holy rays will help us escape this torment, don't you see? You definitely see. That's why you're still alive. Yeah, you seem pretty evil. Are you a complete imbecile? You're shooing away a righteous and just man. Behold, Energica, let me in and I shall bestow upon you this generous reward straight from the holy sun itself. Beat it. Were you just feigning ignorance about the sun? Well then, fuck you. I'll go save someone else. See ya, shithead. Good fucking bye. Charming. The conspiracy, I was more on board with the conspiracy theorist. Hello. The heat doesn't bother me, I'm just looking for a quiet place to rest. Might I find some peace in your home? Who are you? Doesn't matter anymore. Are you wondering if I'm a visitor? Yes, of course I am. I'm not, but I do have a request. I'll ask you later. Not sure I can trust you with it yet. Take off your jacket. No. You don't have to let me in. I'll leave. I won't beg. I won't bother you any longer. Seems very suspicious. Yeah, you should leave. I understand. Goodbye then. I can see your hands are stained with gunpowder. Could you shoot me? Right, I'm sure you don't want to waste the bullets. Goodbye. Okay, so we've still got just a conspiracy theorist, I think. Everyone else has been taken away from us. Don't like the person's vibe? No, neither did I. Emergency broadcast. Wildfires are now sweeping across forested regions. Experts believe abnormally high solar activity is to blame. While the full scale of the disaster remains unclear, fire crews from nearby cities have been deployed to contain the blaze. Despite the fires, visitors continue to terrorize the nation. FEMA has announced a new identifying sign, Aura Film Photography. Dark patches appearing on a captured image is a strong indicator that the subject may be a visitor. Stay calm and remain indoors. Next up, word from our sponsors. Each day, spotting visitors is getting harder and harder. Signs aid the search, but did you ever find yourself wanting a foolproof way? Introducing our new revolutionary aura-sensitive photographic film. It exposes the soul's energy, allowing you at home to discern a human from a hostile visitor. Take a photo. If you see black patches, you've found a visitor. Now a word from our sponsors. The heat won't stop you, feel the drive. With Energica, you're alive. Wow! An invigorating energy drink that quenches your thirst faster and more effectively than water. Now available from 4S Delivery. Okay. Meow. Pet the cat. Hard to tell if it likes it or not still. Feed the cat some food. Here you go. His little face is hard to read, but you're pretty sure he's happy. You have a strange feeling you can sleep peacefully tonight. Feels like your furry friend has shared one of his lives with you to say thanks. Who knows, maybe death will pass your home by tonight. Oh, so it's a good thing to feed the cat then. This is dispatch. Check quarantine zone status, code 5J. Reports of explosions at 300 hours. Unit 328 reporting, code 60. Mass civilian casualties. Officers down. This is 28-8. Code 451, requesting burn team for body disposal. Acknowledged. Initiating code 984. City is cordoned off pending investigation. Stand by for reinforcements. Okay, it's all going very well. So yeah, we really only have you. Got something to share? Still digging through those papers? Precisely. Got plenty where those came from too if you're interested. Here, take this one for instance. Claims that FEMA are the visitors. Since those suits they wear cover them head to toe, seems there's no way to test them. Seems plausible, no? Fascinating. Particularly where they note FEMA really stands for Facility for Eradicating Mankind Altogether. Nice, that's so good deductive work. Or perhaps it was something else. Well, I need to test you. Photo. I love you got a very nice aura. Photos can't be trusted. They can be altered, manipulated, erased. But this moment cannot be tampered with. This moment that we share together. Yeah, I'm gonna keep testing you. Armpits, you say? Now that's unusual. See the hair? Natural barrier. Slows evaporation. Keeps the electrolytes in. Those who get rid of it are letting themselves be controlled by perspiration, making themselves vulnerable. And yeah, I'm just gonna also test your eyes. Seem clear. They are blue. Good. Means they haven't changed me yet. I see the world as it is. No filters, no fog. Do you? Okay. Guess we'll just pop back to bed. See a woman crying over her wounded husband. Can't tell if he's alive or dead. Tear-streaked, she drags his heavy body away from the gunfire. You're left with a single thought. Things will only get worse. And yeah, I think like the game does portray a real element of apocalyptic hopelessness. Things do just keep gradually getting worse and destabilizing further. The path along the field is littered with the bodies of those who tried to run. Nearby stands the man responsible, a FEMA officer. He holds a rifle, smoke still drifting from the barrel. So, clearly not here to help us in actuality. Panicked people rush to nearby houses. They bang on doors, desperate for shelter. But it seems no one is willing to let them in. That's not good. Looks like no one else is coming tonight. Complete chaos reigns outside. We interrupt this program with breaking news. Reports of a civil unrest are coming in from a neighbouring city. Due to unresolved circumstances, FEMA forces have sealed off the area. Please remain in your homes. Stay where you are and await further instructions. And remember, support FEMA and join the fight against the visitors. That's the latest for now. Next up, some ads. And up next, a special report on the nature of the visitors. What are the visitors? Ghosts? Creatures from deep underground? No, this is neither a sci-fi novel nor a cheap headline. This is our new reality. Rumours continue to swirl about the visitors' true origin. Are they aliens? The Walking Dead? A lab experiment gone wrong? According to authorities, these are all just baseless theories. Studies show that a visitor is a human who has come into contact with an undetermined biological agent. Methods of transmission remain unknown, and FEMA urges everyone to stay alert for the signs of visitors. If you believe you've been exposed or are unsure whether you might be a visitor, call the FEMA hotline on 000-451. That's the latest for now. Stay tuned for more after the break. Even the hardest workers need a break. With Marlboro cigarettes, you can take a deep breath and truly unwind. Marlboro, cigarettes for real men. Disclaimer: the company is not liable for any harm that may occur to lungs or lifespan. Consume at own risk. Now available. And check the horror of this is starting to hit you now. Yeah, it does. I think the realization that things aren't getting better and there's not really any hope to be found. It is quite harrowing. One of the endings I got last night was also genuinely quite harrowing as well. I think is the right word to use again there. I don't know what's going on. I just want to get out of here. Yeah, it was, I don't know. The game is very interested, I think, in commenting on the impact that other people have on each other and each other's lives. And in spite of the weird, uncanny nature of the game, I think there's still someone who's experienced psychosis during lockdown, kind of touching on a mood. Yeah, I think it does a very good job at, I think as I said earlier, just the uncanniness of, can you even trust what you're seeing, and the panic that's going on outside and the news doesn't help, and reality itself seems to be distorted and uncertain. And I think the game channels that very well, that apocalyptic feeling. That things are gonna get worse before they get better. It feels very authentic in that way. Got something to share? What have you uncovered this time? Visitors, skinwalkers. They sound like something straight out of some sci-fi novel, right? But that's just it. Listen to this. One report talks about a pale man seen wandering the streets, though I must note the author made a rather obvious mistake. They claim there are two pale, creepy-looking figures out there, one seen through windows and one seen standing at doors. Poppycock, isn't it obvious they're the same entity? I dare guess the window distorted the author's view. A perceptual error. Still, fascinating stuff, no? How did you get all of this information? Where are you... Is your source not that reliable? Yep, so due to unexpected demand. Okay. I guess we'll just test you some more. We can't... we'll drink our beer, I guess. Beer sure made me sleepy. Time to go to bed. Stupid cold. I apologize about that. Group of evicted stand by a neighbour's ruined house. They're in shock, whispering among themselves. They likely want to take shelter there. But is there any place left to hide from all this? Any place in the world? On the path stands a man armed with an assault rifle. He looks completely insane. His jacket is covered with torn out teeth, eyes, and who knows what else. It's hard to make out from here. What if they're trophies? What if he kills not for defense, but for sport? Whatever the case, you hope you're not his enemy. On a pole hangs a man with a sign that reads, "You took everything from me." Was he robbed? Or did FEMA take his family? Your mind races, but there's no answer, only guesses. Why do we even bother looking outside and reading the news, huh? Oh, hello. Oh, here, lean on me for a bit. Do you maybe have room for us? Is your friend sick? She's my sister. She's depressed. She can't walk or bathe on her own. Sometimes even getting out of bed is a challenge for her. But it's okay. She'll get better someday. Right, sister? She's not really in the mood to talk right now, but she finds the strength to speak up sometimes. What are you going to do next? Have to find somewhere my sister can feel a little more comfortable. Then we'll create a new life for ourselves. They say our lives are over, but I disagree. If anything, things should get easier from here on out. Come in then. Thank you. Help me bring her in. think our parents' deaths worsened her condition, but she's been like this for a long time now. Maybe she'll snap out of it a little while we're here. Hello there, dearie. Walking all the way here really took it out of me, let me tell you. Might I pop in and rest a minute? You chose to walk all the way over here specifically? No, I didn't plan to come here, don't be silly. Yet fate has a habit of bringing us together. No meeting is a mistake, dearie. Since I'm here, that means my feet brought me here for a reason. My eyes landed on your house with purpose. As it was always meant to be, I assume. You could have just kept walking, why did you stop here? Fair, you got wigs in those ears, dearie. I'm tired of walking. Here, I'd have a chance to catch my breath and maybe have a nice natter. It's enough for an old lady like me. You don't want me to let her in? You tell me something and I'll spin you a yarn in return. Share and share alike. Then maybe these old bones can rest a while. What? You getting bad vibes from the old lady, from the babushka? We can tell her to leave. Fair. Turned away everywhere I go. For my wings are clipped, yet I open my throat to sing. But they all turn to me eventually, even if they say they never will. Well, I don't hold grudges. I help everyone who comes to me. Even you will find yourself in need someday, dearie. Who will you turn to then? Hey. You let me in, pal? What happened to you? I caught the midday sun while putting out forest fires. I'm the only one left from my squad. The rest, the boss just wouldn't let them leave. Now they're on shift eternally. Why aren't you at a hospital? A hospital? There are no more hospitals, pal. When the visitors came, the whole point of hospitals went up in smoke. Hard to get treatment if you can't trust who's treating you. There's no helping me now. I'd have been better off putting out those fires and dying out there with my buddies. That's the psychosis kicking in. Her entire dialogue felt rehearsed. I agree. But I think that's what I like about this game, is that you can never be 100% sure. Like, everybody talks kind of weird. And, like, tells their stories in very strange ways and has very weird demands. So you never, feel in control of the situation. Don't have much time left, anyway. No, it's okay, I understand there is a big delay. I'm not sure whether it's just my Twitch or whether that's just how Twitch... I think that's just how Twitch works, right? Thanks, pal. Don't think I'll be in your hair for too long. At least I won't have to die alone in the dirt. They gave us a slip of paper at work before we went to put the fires out. It's a mandate telling us to report to a FEMA quarantine zone. But why go if everyone who does ends up dead? Here, I don't need it anyway. You can throw it away or use it for something else. Okay. No one else is coming tonight, so we invited 3 people into the home. Hopefully none of them will murder anybody else. Good afternoon, this is the news. I bring you an important update. New details have emerged regarding a recent incident that unfolded in the city. It seems one of the city's quarantine zones came under attack from an armed individual. Suspect's motive remains unclear at this time, and it's unknown if the attacker had any accomplices. Notably, several unverified individuals have also escaped the quarantine zone. Silence is the harbinger of death, a sinister quiet that drains the soul. Worse than the emptiness is the ringing, a distant funeral knell growing ever louder. The bells toll for us all, filling our ears with endless din, filthy thoughts caught in webs of wax, an infernal nest where visitors thrive, tangled deep in sticky sustenance. Shiriman Unundans. Up next, a special report on the temporary suspension of corpse disposal. Today's incident has sparked numerous theories. Some reports describe a lone shooter, while others mention an armed group dressed in hooded clothing. Maybe a bad judge of character. You didn't trust Lara in Pathologic 2? No, that isn't a common experience. I think most people attach very quickly to Lara. She seems like someone who, to me anyway, is like kind of kindred spirit, even if she is feeling down about everything. The city's greatest challenge may still lie ahead. Due to the lockdown measures imposed, corpse disposal in surrounding areas has been temporarily suspended. Residential inspections, however, will continue as scheduled. If you're able to cremate the deceased, do so immediately. If not, please wait until the situation is resolved before surrendering any accumulated remains. That's the latest for now. Stay tuned. Okay. Where's everybody hanging out? I just need to gather my strength. If only someone would lend me some. How's your sister doing? I have to help her with a lot of things. I was able to give her a bath yesterday. Couldn't even get her in the tub at home. Nothing has changed for her yet, but thanks for asking. Depression can make things really complicated. You didn't trust Lara, or you didn't trust the old lady? Because it's so interesting. I feel like this is the first time. I don't know. Everyone in the YouTube comments, it's very like, oh, I love Lara. She's so, she just has this, I think, this appeal. Everyone sort of like wants to like make sure she's doing okay. I was curious, I'm curious to hear like what you thought if you thought she sort of had an ulterior motive. I understand you just said that you struggled to word why, but that's very interesting to me actually. It's so interesting how we can all read characters in hugely different ways. I think it's that's why I like running this channel and talking to people about games. Just to like hear other people's experience. Trusted the babushka more actually. I'm afraid that if it was just kind of a vibe check. I understand. I'm afraid that if something happens and we need to run, she won't even find it in herself to stand up. She won't be able to eat anything because she can't find the energy to chew or swallow. I'm tired too. I think I'll rest a bit. I need to test you. Just don't torment my sister. I don't buy into all this flapdoodle aura business. Everything we do, everywhere where we end up, that's by our own choice. Not by any of that hocus pocus applesauce. Okay, so how is it? Yep, you seem fine. This is the end. How are you holding up? I feel like there's a blanket of chains draped over my entire body. It's also very, very heavy. It's weighing me down. I want to take it off. Okay. You're still in here? Got something to share? What if it's true? And what is truth, anyway? It's a fluid concept, one shaped by perspective. One man's truth is another man's delusion. What one deems good, another may rightly see as evil. Humanity's been arguing over virtues since time immemorial. Now our shared moral compass is more off-kilter than ever. If your belief is strong, as mine is, it turns into your truth. Quite the intriguing article. Now what were we talking about? Ah yes, the truth. Vulnerable. You see her as a vulnerable narcissist? That's very interesting. Just something about her. Also that weird dream sequence where she's a cannibal and makes Dankovsky wear a dunce hat or whatever. See, those are the kinds of nightmares that we both want to have, right? That's what we're after. If there's one thing you remember, let it be this. There's only one truth. The visitors are brain parasites. You must wear earplugs at all times. Don't give them the slightest opportunity. Anyhow, I've got more reading to do. Okay, you enjoy your reading. Yeah, I don't really think there's anyone worth calling. Was there anyone in here? No, everybody's in the living room. Those weren't the ones who attacked the quarantine zone. I do agree that, yeah, like, I feel like I see narcissists bandied about quite a lot these days. It wasn't human. It's the name of the... name of the game. It's so goddamn hot. How you feeling? Seems like it's even worse than I thought. Damn it. I think I'll hold out longer than a week. Did ease the pain a little when you let me in, though. Thank you. Now I'm just sitting here while the rest of the guys are out there dying. Could have stayed with them. Not like I got anything to lose. I'm already on the way out after all. I'm gonna test you as well. Again. Show me... Sister cries a lot, but her eyes are still really similar. They're not red. Okay. I don't think it's quite accurate to say I didn't trust her. It always seemed like there was something very off with her at first, which there was, but in a different way. Yeah, no, I see that. She's kind of a different character. She is one of the characters that changes the most, I think, between the two games, for sure. Small groups carrying their belongings gather nearby. They whisper, careful not to be overheard by FEMA officers. Looks like they're from the quarantine zones and are moving into former residents' homes. Now the hanging man looks like a grim welcome sign. Hello. Hello. We require more test subjects from you. The sooner we get them, the better. Bring back the ones you took. You're in no position to make demands. You've all done nothing but try to get in our way. And look where that's got us. We recently had to wipe out a visitor colony. A place that used to be my hometown. How long is all of this going to continue? We're still studying the cause of these events. Stay out of our way. Hard to say when things will return to normal. We need to run more tests to keep things under control. Cooperate with us and this will all be over before you know it. I have to hand someone over to you again? Yes, but this time we'll need 2. Doesn't matter who, just hand 2 of your residents over, now. Everything will be back to normal soon. Fine, if it helps. Remember, help us, help you. Thank you for understanding. We'll bring these 2 back before you know it. Yeah, I doubt it. No! The conspiracy theorist. And we'll handle the visitors. I wish you could pick who you send away. Yes, your house is perfect. I can feel it. Yes, and it's mine. That is correct. Death is everywhere. Some were burned, some dragged out and executed. Death's taking a liking to you, yes. Who even are you? Why are you dressed like that? We are the harbingers of a new faith, the orators of a hallowed doctrine. Death hath come. She wishes only to soothe humanity, to free us from our chaos, bitterness, and bedlam. We are simply helping her draw closer. It is the only way to find salvation. There's no going back. Do you want to come in or something? I need not come in. My mission is only to spread the hallowed truth that brings everlasting peace. But my brothers require shelter. Death is drawn to this place. They will conduct rites for the departed. You simply need to keep them safe. I'm not exactly burning with excitement at the prospect. Perhaps you'll end up burning after all. Watch over my people, and remember, if one of them dies, your house will be reduced to nothing. Forgive me, but there would be no other way to accomplish our divine mission. I don't like being threatened, but fine, I'll help. Thank you. They shall not need much time, but still, watch over them. See you later. I'll come to check on them. Kind of thing I don't know if I could experience replaying it, because Lara does turn out to be genuinely vulnerable but well-meaning character. Yeah, and I think that's why, you know, blind playthroughs and first experiences are, so valuable, and it's always a shame when you're like, I wish I could recapture this emotion now that I know how the story goes. Might have been Aspity in Classic HD who tears into it. Yeah, I think you're right. It's so interesting how there is. You do get a bit more straightforward, like character criticism into interpersonal dynamic. I think, especially from those like mouse over opinions. You know, some of the characters when you click on their portraits, you know, you get some very strong opinions. Keeping your distance, huh? Good. That improves your odds of survival. Unless you're a visitor. Who are you? Someone who's here to clean up the filth. My neighborhood's dealt with. You don't need to know nothing else about me. Let me guess, is that a broom in your hands? Heh, that's a funny way of looking at it. Sure, it's a broom. I could sweep away the filth with my bare hands, but this just makes it easier. Most effective way, though, lock them up in a house and torch it. Anyone who feels sorry for visitors might as well be one. Why are you here? Hold it. You already asked your questions, now I'll ask mine. Anything going on in this neighborhood? Any threats I should keep an eye out for? Yeah, a half-naked visitor annihilated an entire patrol. Just one, half-naked, so I wasn't wearing any protective armor. Interesting. You actually saw him? Yeah, I believe you did. You don't talk like someone who's in the habit of spreading rumors. You've got my attention. I'll be back again. Great. Just whose attention we wanted to grab. Oh, I thought no one was home. It's so quiet here at night. Good evening. May I come in? Were you watching the house? What? No, don't be silly. It's simply rare for a full house to stay so silent at night. Usually you can hear some kind of drunken shouting, or crying, or screaming. Who are you? I'm a surgeon. I used to operate on the sick. Our ward was always short on funding, so I often ended up handing patients with conditions outside my specialism. And now the hospitals are gone, so I just wander and help where I can. Yes, I'll be back again is exactly what you want to hear from a man holding an automatic rifle. I agree. If you let me in, I can tell you what happened to the hospitals. Okay, come in then. Thank you. Hope I can help someone here. But I hope I don't have to shoot you as well. The cat is just far cuter than it has any right to be. Good afternoon. You are watching the news. FEMA is currently assisting victims of the quarantine zone attack. Due to overcrowding in existing facilities, the agency has made the following decision. Evacuated residents will be temporarily housed in buildings on the outskirts of the city. Fortunately, local homeowners are cooperating with FEMA and have offered shelter. Cooperating, huh? As of this report, only a portion of the escaped individuals have been located. Thankfully, a new identifier has been announced by officials earlier today. Bleeding gums. If an individual showing this condition comes to your door, do not engage. Wait for a scheduled FEMA patrol and report the suspect to the relevant authorities. And remember, stay where you are and await further instructions. That's the latest for now. Next up, a special report on a dangerous new cult, just what the world needs. The visitors aren't just hiding among us, they may be infiltrating our very thoughts. Multiple cities are now reporting outbreaks of organized cult activity. Charges against them include ritual sacrifice, worship of an unknown deity, and possible ties to visitors themselves. According to these new reports, the cult has taken a public stand against FEMA. What began as harmless evangelizing has now escalated into direct action. Some experts believe the cult may even be responsible for the recent violent incidents in the city. It's always a cult, isn't there? Doomsday cults, just anywhere there is a doomsday to be found. Viewers are urged to avoid contact with these so-called new believers. Aiding or sympathizing with any cultists may result in arrest or criminal charges. That's the latest for now. Stay tuned. You can have some food. Little face is hard to read. Pretty sure he's happy. Ahem. This is an evicted resident speaking. If FEMA kicked you out like they did us, we're sheltering in the basement of a burned house. It's a bad thing to just be broadcasting on the radio, but... Close to the hermit's place, that's us. It's nice to know we've got a reputation. We don't have much food left. Without more, we'll starve. If anyone can spare some food, please help us. We really need it. Okay. Oh, hello. Who are you? Lost souls, just like the countless others who walk this blighted earth. We yearn for peace, for stillness eternal. We found the path to her, death. Why do they tremble before her? Is it truly the unknown they fear, or the lashings of dogma burned into their souls? For millennia we clawed at the veil, seeking life's meaning, and lo, its answer was laughably simple. Death is our purpose, and we are her followers. Cool. You look scared. Are you afraid? You're observant, homeowner. And like my brothers in faith, I still struggle with fear. Doubt torments me. What lies beyond life? What does it feel like? Our mentor teaches us it's neither heaven nor hell, that it's something else, but I can't seem to grasp it. If even he doesn't fully understand death, will we ever truly understand her? What if reaching her isn't enough? What if she is truly beyond comprehension entirely? But I dare not question our mentor's will, for in his eyes I see confidence and understanding. He asks us to embrace faith and steel our resolve, to be ready. Only then can we cross the rivers of dead and mountains of bones and reach her, death. Okay, you all seem perfectly well adjusted. How long will you be staying? Worry not, homeowner, we won't be any trouble. We appreciate your hospitality and don't wish to anger you. You've done so much for us already. We'll stay in this room and pray quietly. We need some rest. Our journey ahead will be long and hard. Okay, yeah, makes sense. How's everybody doing? Oh, yeah, the femur took the other twin, right? Surgeon. I'm listening. What happened to the hospitals? Oh, it was awful. When things started to go wrong, people rushed into the hospitals. Everyone was desperate to know if they were a visitor. We tried to explain we didn't really know how to test for that, but nobody would listen. They kept pushing and shoving, making it impossible to treat those who were actually sick. In the end, FEMA showed up, and well, they decided the crowds were a threat to outbreak containment. Took all the patients to the quarantine zones, and the hospitals, well, they just shut down. So, FEMA put you out of work? Tell you the truth, after the hospitals closed their doors, I went to triage at one of the quarantine zones. So, you're just another FEMA bastard. You don't know the whole story, and your words wound me. Maybe, no, forgive me, I'm not ready to talk about that just yet. Take this FEMA notice. Fine, I'll take it. Go back to FEMA. Oops, 535075. See if we can get some more cat food. Yes. Cat food, please. Thank you. Why haven't you gone home? Got kids at home, you know, and I don't want them to be afraid of me. I don't want them to remember me like this. Let them think I died out in the forest while putting out fires. Leave her alone. Jeez. I need to test you. Shh. My sister, why? What's the point in even doing anything now? Why even try? Just shoot me. This is how the ballad of my life ends. Okay, was actually a human. My bad. That guy's face is giving me huge David Lynch vibes. I get it. So goddamn hot. I want to test you. Hands. 2 charred logs and some blackened twigs. Clean fingernails though. Ironic, isn't it? I'll test you again. How did it turn out? Wonderful. Whoops. Clumsy me. Visitor. Hunter holds a group of survivors at gunpoint. Probably stumbled on them by chance. He hears snips of shouting and a crazed voice yelling. He will survive in this new world. Not those guys. FEMA officers stand over the dead dogs, one of them jotting down something on a tablet. Can a handful of people stop a horde of starving animals? Unlikely. Two FEMA officers stand by a lamppost staring at the hanging man, so they've finally gotten around to the main attraction of the area. Look like clueless detectives. Must be wondering how he got up there without a ladder. Hello, delivery here. You look kinda down. My coworker got taken by FEMA. Morning check, same as always. Noticed his eyes. Red. God damn it. That was it. They hauled him off. I don't even know what happened to him, or if they'll ever let him out. What if my eyes go red from the lack of sleep? They drag me off to one of those fucking quarantine zones too? Oh, true. Yeah, it would have been. Good catch. Disco Elysium reference. How did he even get up there? He doesn't have a ladder. 2 hapless detectives. Yeah, great. Don't stress it. You'll be fine. Fine. What's fine even mean in the middle of a cataclysm? All these visitors, the signs, and the damn sun. Thought it couldn't get worse, but every day just gets crazier. Next thing you know, they'll say pubic hair is a sign of being a visitor, and the world will go even more batshit. Alright, I gotta get a move on. Take your order and I'll be on my way. Have a good night. Catch you later, buddy. You feel that? Change is haunting you. So am I. Now one of your ilk is deathless. All because of a word, one single word, but what a word it is. You know who I mean, yes? Strange things happen around you. I don't feel anything. Must be tough. Sounds like you need help. Why don't we try something new? A gamble of sorts. If there are at least 2 of us inside your house, you'll open the door for me. Because dogs reside in their bodies now. I don't understand. It's simple. Let's give it a try. But first, you alone? No, I'm not alone. Well, well. Even we are a rare sight now, let alone your kind, locked in their walls. Change isn't the worst thing coming for you. You don't think I lead the pack, do you? There are far greater things out there. I simply follow orders. Well then, until we meet again. 90% of my subconscious brain is working on framing Lara as a narcissist and justifying my initial impression of her. I feel like it would be interesting, yeah, just as an exercise to see if it can be done. Try and trace those thoughts back. Hey, there's a girl in a poncho with purple hair been by here. Don't have anyone like that in here. She's my daughter. I haven't been able to find her since all this shit started. We were supposed to leave this place. Then that abnormal heat wave hit, I passed out, and when I woke up, no one was home. No note, no trace. My daughter had just vanished. Where do you want to go? Somewhere FEMA can't reach us. Far away from here, basically. See, they're kind of looking for me because I know too much about them. Maybe those bastards took my daughter, maybe not. If they did, they won't touch her. It's me they want. Just let me crash here for a couple of days until FEMA leaves the area. Then I'll move on and keep looking for my daughter. Hell, I'll even tell you everything. I know exactly where the visitors came from. Alright, come in. Thanks. Aren't many people left today who actually hear folks out. People like you are the ones who'll make it through this nightmare. Because you and I, we're immortal. Odd. Hey, hello, I guess, if that's better. Is this, like, your place? I mean, your house, sir? You looking for someone? Nah. You seem to crash for a bit or something. I'm sick of hiding in basements. Keep this up and I'll probably forget how to talk soon. Not that you care. Where are your parents? Hell if I know. Home, probably. Where else would they be? Maybe they're visitors now. Would kind of suit them. My mum loves sunbathing too, so yeah, that's another fun possibility. Whatever. I'm here, aren't I? I could use a roof over my head. You really gonna leave a kid out here, under the burning sun, with visitors around? Come in then. No way. Whoa. You even got carpet? Sweet. But whatever. Hey buddy, got room in there for a stand-up guy like me? What happened to you? Nothing too crazy. Got kicked out by my mother-in-law because I threw a FEMA guy out of the house. Now she's scared they'll come knocking. Got you, didn't I? I'm messing with you, buddy. I don't have a mother-in-law. I ain't even married. Which means I'm free to hit up the bar if you ever feel like grabbing a drink. Yeah, what are you, some kind of comedian? I'm not that kind of stand-up guy. But hey, what's wrong with being a little funny while the world's falling apart? Laughing will keep you sane, buddy. Even if everything else is going to hell. Without them, I'd be long gone. Sorry if my jokes rub you the wrong way. I'm just trying to keep it together, you know. So, you gonna let me in, buddy? No. Damn, buddy. Alright, I won't be a bother to you. I'm off. Back to sleep. Good afternoon. Now for the news. Situation in the city is gradually stabilising, but some fugitives still remain at large. Corpse disposal operations have resumed, though new challenges have emerged. According to the latest reports, packs of stray dogs are now roaming the streets. FEMA has deployed a team to address the threat. A new identifying sign of potentially dangerous individuals? Skin irritation. Investigation into the attack is still ongoing. Whether the attacker acted alone still remains unclear. However, there is no doubt that FEMA will contain both this and the ongoing visitor threat. If you have any questions about recognizing visitors, FEMA hotline is open. As always, stay where you are and await further instructions. That's the latest for now. Up next, a report on the unfolding situation in the equatorial belt. Troubling news from countries in the equatorial region tonight. Widespread wildfires, extreme heat and droughts are devastating multiple nations. Recent reports indicate temperatures so high that contact with the ground was enough to cause third-degree burns. The death toll remains unknown and evacuation is currently impossible. The government has so far been unable to establish communication with authorities in the affected regions. However, once conditions allow, FEMA officers will be deployed to assist with disaster relief. That's the latest for now. Stay tuned for updates. Okay. Anyone on the radio today? To everyone listening, FEMA's trying to jam all signals to keep things under wraps. I want to hide everything that's going on in the city. They're trying to blame it all on that psycho who killed everyone in the quarantine zone. If you're still in the city, get out. It's not safe. Avoid FEMA patrols. They're in to kill you. Run while you still can. Time for that has since passed. Just you in here. Hello. Man, I'm just dying for a drink. What do you mean when you said we were immortal? Well, you could shoot yourself in the head and see for yourself if you want. I recommend against doing that if I were you. Of course, we're not immortal in the way you're thinking. After death, we reincarnate and live again. Then we die once more and the cycle of rebirth continues on. Know how that sounds, but if you'd seen what I'd seen, you'd understand. Maybe the visitors were once human, then reborn. Can't say for sure. Don't know how this shit works. I'm certain nature keeps plenty of secrets from us. But I'll find my daughter one day. Not sure if I'll do it in this life or the next, but I will. Because we never truly die. I want to test you. Photo time. You ever hear of vampires? Don't show up in photos, only move at night and they're immortal. Okay, also show me your hands. Sorry, I've been digging through a lot of filth lately. Careful what you do with that thing. I'm immortal, but you pull that trigger, you won't get another word out of me. That's right. Thought you were smarter than that. Screw it. Always knew I'd die to someone's idiocy. But they were a visitor? Got the kid in here. Sick of all this. Why are you out there on your own? Home was cramped, loud as hell, zero comfort. I wanted out. Wanted to see the world. So yeah, I grabbed a backpack, couple sodas, some snack bars, and this old friendship bracelet I made back in school. And I left. Parents probably didn't even notice. Not that I care. Since then I just wander around, crash wherever I can, and honestly, been fine so far. At least nobody's on my back and I'm my own damn boss. Yeah, photo. Planning on sending this photo to someone to help my parents track me down. You can fuck right off. You seem fine. I'm listening. What was it you wanted to tell me? May I ask, what do you think of FEMA? I don't trust them. Good, me neither. Honestly, I don't fully understand FEMA's motives myself, even after working with them for a time. Whatever that drives them, I choose to help people my own way, against their rules. The problem was transparency. There wasn't any, none at all. We were never told where these signs came from or what they were supposed to mean. They just handed us a list of guidelines, told us who to label a visitor, who to let through. After that, I no longer felt like a doctor, more like a border guard stamping papers. So I started falsifying reports, helped people escape. I'm sure you still have questions, but if you don't mind, let's leave the rest for tomorrow. Have some food. Can I call? I don't think I can. Yep, already a delivery in the system. Gotta wait one more Night. Okay. Whole group is dead. Hungry dogs tear at their remains. Spent shells are scattered near the bodies. Hunter must have killed them and took trophies. Madness of this world has gone too far. Cultists pile firewood into a huge heap. They're planning to burn something. Their mad plan will likely reveal itself soon, but until then, how many innocent lives will be lost to their cause? On the road stands a crazed man, holds a gas can and a Molotov cocktail. Is he planning to burn down the whole village? Does he not know these people are in quarantine? We need more people. Only way to avoid a catastrophe. Where are the people you took? Cut the bullshit. The world is about to end. Keep playing games and we'll take everyone in this house. What's it going to take to fix all this? 2 more people. We're not taking everyone you have in there, just 2. Then we either find a way to eradicate the visitors, or we never meet again. Good, I never want to see you again. The feeling is mutual. Took one of the cultists and the surgeon. Great, I feel like that's bad that they took the cultist. We kind of needed them all, otherwise the other guy's going to be sad. With this, oh, look at that. How I feel my flock. They're still alive. Wait, they're all dead? They're not all dead. Only one of them went. You took our only chance from us. Goodbye. Okay, fine. I'm back. Tried to find that someone I mentioned. No luck. Went through a few houses. This place is crawling with visitors. Did FEMA give up on this town or just this block? How do you spot a visitor? Hell, same way you do, I bet. TV and the radio spell it out for us. One sign's enough to put him down. I don't hesitate for a second. Since I'm here, tell me, do you know a stocky guy who wears a blue denim jacket? He's got a kid, little girl, not sure how old. His wife? Well, fuck the wife. Only the girl made it out. Your guy's dead. Show me you're not one of them. Any part of you will do. You got a gun? Fuck if I care. We'll both go down shooting then. Yeah, in my hands. Yeah. Clean. Yeah, fucking course they're clean. Let me tell you something. Here's a tip. The ones who look normal, they're always the first to turn. Haven't got time for this bullshit. I'll test you properly next time. No one else is coming tonight. Good afternoon, you're watching the news. Situation in the city remains unstable, the recent lockdown still remains in place. However, a new threat has emerged. Members of the cult have been sighted on the outskirts of the city. Some suggest they may be preparing a ritual which appears to involve open flames. FEMA believes this group may have been directly involved in the recent attacks on quarantine zones. Unfortunately, due to ongoing situations, neither FEMA nor the military can spare a dedicated task force at this time. If any cult members approach your home, call the hotline. And to assist in these troubled times, the agency has also announced a new identifying sign, fungal growth in the underarm area. As always, stay where you are and await further instructions. An update on conditions at the poles. The sun strikes yet again. Scientists have released troubling new predictions on our global climate. If the current heat wave does not subside, meltwaters from the polar ice caps may lead to catastrophic flooding. Researchers continue to investigate the cause of the ongoing climate anomaly, but no answers so far. That's all for now. Stay tuned for updates. It's going so well. Shouldn't have burned the bodies. It draws, I assume? If they'd mains, it wouldn't have come. No more radio broadcast today. All the cultists, I guess all the cultists, if one leaves, they all leave. Sick of all this. How'd you survive? Somehow. I sneak into stairwells, sheds, or just sleep under a tree. Hid from the heat under any roof I could find. Ate whatever I could get. Some greens grown wild or a candy bar I swiped from a store. What's with that look? Yeah, I stole. Big deal. How else am I supposed to survive? Nobody's gonna hire me, so whatever. Ugh, what now? Think I'd really steal anything from you? Pfft, please. What, is this some kind of interrogation? Drop it, seriously. Who do we have left then? Just these two. So goddamn hot. Where's your uniform? Bosses took it. Not enough gear to go around anymore. A lot of people are dying on the job. Don't even have time to pull the dead out of the blaze. The fire takes everything in the end. But the bosses, they're more concerned about a fucking uniform. They forge decrees in a line like horseshoes. Not a single one made for the people. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so still something in the system. I miss the movie guy. We were so attached. We had such a bond. I guess, yeah. Just check your teeth. Okay, leave you alone. Your hands. Leave you alone. I do really like the detail put into each of them. They all have different hands and eyes and stuff. Watch those hands. One wrong move and you're losing an eye. Okay. Back to bed. Bodies of those who were hiding in a neighbour's basement burn under the midday sun. Dogs feeding on them have fled. Scared perhaps? What if they ran not from FEMA, but something worse? Cultists are tied up at the bonfire site. Did they decide to sacrifice themselves? The thought twists your mind. Fear of death has clouded all reason. People are willing to do the unspeakable. When this kind of madness happens only after a few weeks, it's terrifying to imagine what could come next. Burning houses blaze bright. Screams echo in the distance. You know that madman is behind all this. Could your house be next? Will he come tomorrow? Next week? You'll likely meet that lunatic face to face. It's only a matter of time. Probably him at the door right now. Nope. Can I come in and rest a minute? Where'd you come from? Don't remember. Doesn't really matter. I'm just so very tired. If I don't get some rest, I might just pass out under your window there. Is your friend sick? He's my husband. He's dead. Can't give him a proper burial. There's no point letting him go now. No, you should get out of here. You... Yeah, no, we've got... got two people I'm looking after. They told me this would be our last little chat. Everything is coming to an end. Either by our hands or your own. What do you mean? I'm just telling you what I was told. That's all. Do you feel it yet? Death creeping closer and closer. It's breathing down your necks already. Why do you keep coming here? You only just now thought to ask that? Have you considered that you were chosen? They send me for a reason. To change something. But the outcome's always the same. You'll die. If not today, then tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then later. You will disappear. But for now, have you let any of us into your home? I got rid of a few who didn't belong. Why so tense, clinging to life like that? What's left that matters? You're all alone now, so? Are you alone? No, I'm not alone. So you are ready. Do you feel fear? Yes. Still can't take matters into your own hands. That's why I'm here. Very eerie. Who is it now? Help me. I've been shot, not gonna last long. Who did this to you? Fucking FEMA pigs got me. I was climbing the fence, made a run for it. They're shit shots, those assholes. Every bullet missed, except one. Went clean through, thank fuck for that. But shit, I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. At least my guts aren't spilling out, not that there'd be much left to spill. Huh. Ugh. It's like a bitch to laugh. So is FEMA after you? Oh, you better believe it. You hear about FEMA running tests to find visitors? That shit's not a rumor. I fucking saw it. They took some poor bastard into a tent. 1 second I heard muffled screams, the next they were dragging out a black bag. Guy never came back. You get it now? They're doing things to people. That's why no one ever comes out of those zones. When I saw that shit, I knew I had to get the hell out. That's why I ran, even though I caught a bullet hopping that damn fence. Now I'm a witness. I know too much. They will come after me. No, you should leave. Fuck. Right now, damn it. I'm either bleeding out on your doorstep, or you let me in and help patch me up. Come on, man. I'm ready to give you everything I got. Here? How about coffee? I got nothing else on me. Please, I'm gonna die out here. I don't take bribes. Of course, I should have known. You're just like the others. Bunch of scared little rats. Hiding in your holes and locking everyone else out. Whatever. Have a nice fucking night, asshole. Well, I'm just trying to look after the people who I'm pretty sure a human in here. Damn, it's boiling out here. Boiling, tell ya. Are you okay? No, I'm not fucking okay. Look at me. Feels like my damn skin's melting. Melting, I tell you. God, it's hotter than any tropical resort I've ever stayed in. Ha! Just need a cold soak. Mind if I borrow your shower? Why do you need my bathroom? I'm serious, boy. I don't feel well. I need cold water. Now. Hello, you came at great time. I dragged myself all the way here, and for what? An insolent upstart to turn away an important man. I used to run this shit show. I was a minister. Come on, I can make it worth your while. You let me in now, and when this is all over, I'll see that you're compensated. And well, I might add. You should leave. I do think it's a good game. Ah yes, I know what'll do the trick, yes I do. Here's a little something from me. Cigarettes, what do you think? Does that sweeten the pot? No, I don't take bribes. Preposterous, can you not see how poorly I'm faring out here? Where the hell am I supposed to go, I'm fucked. Yeah, goodbye. I think it's a very good narrative of just like growing, increasing horror and hopelessness. Breaking news. You think there's no game? I think there's just enough game to support the narrative. I don't necessarily think the game needed to be fleshed out. Not scary for you? No, fair enough. It's not like it particularly frightens me in, I guess, like a traditional horror game sense, but I do think it's good in instilling this like uncanny existential sort of dread, or at least like dredging up. I think dredging up the uncanny is what it does very well. It's certainly not, anywhere close to like the best horror game I've ever played or anything, but I enjoy it. Conditions in the city show no sign of stabilizing. Disaster continues to worsen. Glaciers melting. Sea levels are rising at an alarming rate. It's a Russian game. I meet all these people every day. I suppose your experience then must differ from mine. The novelty is worn off for you. Coastal areas across the globe, including many major cities, are at risk of severe flooding. Several lakes known to be contaminated with radiation have all begun to evaporate, with scientists worldwide warning that this could result in a toxic rainfall. If you hear thunder, seek cover immediately. Unfortunately, the city continues to remain under lockdown. FEMA has not yet captured all fugitives. It has now announced a new sign for identifying the visitors. Rapid pupil movement. Emergency broadcast. Interrupt this report due to the risk of an attack on our studio. End of broadcast. Okay, nothing else. Anybody on the radio? Dispatch to all FEMA units. New directive, code 451, code 955. Do not burn bodies. Apply something instead. Repeat, code 451, burning to contain the threat posed by the subjects. Okay. You're still in here, still doing okay. How's the cat doing? Just fine. I'm gonna check myself. Teeth. Shit, white. Smokers would kill for these. How are my eyes doing? Eyes are doing fine, not red. And ears look fine. What kind of report was that anyway? I like how, yeah, at a certain point we've just stopped investigating. Okay, back to bed. Like the itchy skin and stuff, we just didn't bother with any of that. Nothing remains of the burned bodies, and the strange shapeless mass looks like sludge. Wonder if something melted their flesh and bones before swallowing the remains. If prayers mean anything, the creature will stay in the shadows. You fear your mind won't survive seeing such a monster. FEMA officers surround the burned bodies. They document the cultists' deaths, faces frozen in terror and agony as if they saw something horrible before dying. They just saw something move along. Still don't get the thing with the eyes and teeth. Basically, if the eyes are bloodshot and the teeth are pure white, it's meant to be a sign that they're one of the visitors. Every nearby house is in ruins. Your home is the last one standing. No one else is left to shield you from the madman's ire. Whatever happens next, it will happen to you. I'm back. Not really sure why the hell I bothered though. My brother hadn't been so gutless. Maybe he could have kept his wife and kids safe. Now who knows where the brat is. How are you holding up? Same as always. Even told my brother, man up, look out for your family. What did he do? Folded like a total pussy. Now his family's either buried or in fucking pieces. This guy's a real sack of shit. How do you think the world ended up in this whole mess to begin with? It's because of cowards like him. Or because of like lunatics like you just running around with an assault rifle killing people. I saw a family not long ago. Stocky dad held it together, even with the visitors screaming at the windows. Got his family out the back door, ran off into the woods. I put down the freaks, but they never came back. Thought they were done for, but days later they found me. First one through the trees, his daughter, shotgun in hand. Eyes wild but alive. That's what I respect. Nothing like my brother. If he'd died sooner, his family might have made it. Anyway, that's enough story time. I'm testing you. Show me you're not one of them. My eyes were fine. Here's my eyes. Alright, still doesn't mean you're safe. You're free to go, for now. I don't got time for this shit. I'm done here. You won't see me again. Enjoy what's left. Still people... Hey, what's up? Long time no see. How's life? Do I know you? Come on. You really don't remember me? We were... Hang on, your voice sounds different than I remember. How long ago did you start living here? I think you've got the wrong address. No way, I couldn't have. No. Damn it. Guess I did get it wrong. Come on, I wheeled a long-ass way to get here. Won't you let me in, please? No. Not letting me in? We'll fix that. Grab this cigarette, swing it at the door, and bam, you're invisible. It'll work for sure. My legs are all the proof you need, see? Nothing there, right? Huh? I don't take bribes. Leave? What the fuck do you mean? You expect me to just fucking go? Ho ho, I'm rolling the fuck out of here, lunatic asshole. I'm trying to keep people in here safe. There, much better. Oh howdy, my lovely wife and I are looking for a safe place to weather the storm. Would you mind if we crashed here for a bit? Only if it's no trouble, of course. What if you're trouble? Well, I guess we could go and look for shelter somewhere else. My old lady's exhausted though. She needs a little rest. Can't we just stay for just a little while? It's not too much to ask, I mean. Can your wife speak for herself? Of course she can. Honey, will you say something? She's just really tired, I'm sorry. But maybe we can all talk together another day, if we ever meet again, of course. Right, darling? Oh, forgive me. I shouldn't be pushing you like this. You should leave. Please, friend. Forgive my insistence. But try to put yourself in my shoes. My wife is very weak these days. She tires quickly, and I'd do anything for her, you understand? I love her dearly. I'd give you the shirt off my back if it could buy her safety. Speaking of that, we've got something. It's not my shirt, but how about kombucha? I'm willing to give you everything I have if it means my darling can get a moment's rest. What do you say? Will you help us? I don't take bribes. Got it. Sorry to bother you. Just have to keep looking, won't we, sweetie? Come on, move your damn legs. I'm tired too. Yeah, didn't trust anyone who just came to the door. We'll just leave them out of my house. Breaking news. FEMA has just arrested a majority of government officials. The agency reports that some members of an administration were identified as visitors. With the ministry no longer able to function, FEMA will assume the role of interim government. In addition, one moment, just in from FEMA, fugitives have broken through the citywide lockdown. Repeat, fugitives have broken through and are now at large. Barricade your windows, lock your doors, await further instructions, and stay inside. End of broadcast. Anything else on the radio? This is 18-8. We couldn't contain it. Subject has left the city perimeter. Immediate backup required. Are the visitors like vampires or something? They sort of seem to be. I think they like to infiltrate human society and then attempt to murder them when they're like during the night while their back is turned. So that was all the radio messages and all of the TV. So we're right at the end now, I think. And yet this oddly dissonant music is still nice and calm, playing very nicely. Sick of all this. How long are you planning to live like that? Why do you even care? I'll figure it out. Or what? Is it so hard for you to let me stay? Did I steal from you? Clog your shitter? Why are you grilling me, huh? Oh, you're one of those creeps. Met another guy like you once. Talked real nice. Gave me a place to stay. We watched anime, movies, all that. Thought I'd finally found a decent person. But no. And you tried to touch me. Frickin' creep. Try anything and I swear I'll fight back. I'm not gonna let anyone hurt me. My dad might be a total jerk, but at least he taught me how to fight. That's right. Back off. Wasn't gonna do that. It definitely feels like Endless Vampire at the door, doesn't it? You're still fine in there. Okay. I'm just gonna have a beer and get out of here, I think. Go to bed. It's the end of the world, might as well have a sleep. No time for this today. The cat's still here. I'm glad we got the cat. Looks like no one is coming tonight. Sleep again. Says no more survivors out there. I should board them up. Things are only going to get worse from here, but I have to try. Seal ourselves in. Gotta defend myself any way I can. Gotta protect the firefighter and the teenager. World's cursed, but maybe there's still a chance to survive. And we reach the end. You make your way down into the cellar with the other survivors. It's cooler down here, but the air still feels heavy with unease. If you ration carefully, your food stores should last for a month or two. I wonder if there's an ending that we can get that reveals that truth. You seal the door, and no one will be able to get in now. Maybe if we kept the death cultists alive, maybe we'll learn something. Keep track of the days by marking the cellar wall. Waiting for the end drags on for nearly 2 months. Some hope the sun will finally burn the ground to ash or fade into darkness. Others seek the end on their own terms. Dragging out the inevitable is more painful than a swift end. No one envies the living. One day, you catch an announcement on the radio. Solar activity is fading. Scientists predict that in a couple of days, it will be safe to go outside during daylight hours in a few days' time. You feel disappointment? You realize you'll live through this year after all. But then what? Will next summer be the last? The thought of waiting for the end is a suffocating burden. But at least one of the others seems happy. Who knows? Maybe there's still a decade left ahead of you. And yeah, all the endings. So I got 2 other endings besides that one so far. And email from your employer saying you can finally stop working remotely, get back in the wage cage. Honestly, yeah. Glad you managed to get the optimistic ending. Same. I kinda needed it after the endings I got last night. They were very, very depressing. But I think all of the endings in this game so far really speak to, like, well, the whole game really is about, like, the anxieties around death, and sort of it's just like waiting and trying to, like, manage living, I think. in a state of paranoia and uncertainty, and what does it mean to be alive? Like, what are we actually in the day to day? Is it enough to just survive? Or I feel like that's what the game is getting at, because one of the other endings that I got was I did do it. One of the endings I got had a lot of dialogue about being afraid of leaving nothing behind, and I think the house, or the space in which you interact with the entire game, I think that's a core part of the identity of this game, and the character's identity, and I think when the space crumbles to dust, I think then so too does any idea that he lived. Half expecting a twist horror ending, like you're a visitor. I do, yeah. Like, I wonder if that can happen, because I think I've got yeah. So it was on my other. So I played this on another machine, but I had an ending where when you're alone, the main guy lets himself in and kills you, and another one where I had a visitor. So I had almost the same ending, except I didn't live to hear this radio broadcast because I accidentally let some visitors into my house. But here's all the characters that we met. We met quite a few of them, and denied a number of them entry. But I think, yeah, like I do really like the atmosphere that the game has. I do think maybe if it wanted to go even further, I think obviously you could have had slightly more robust mechanics, or like deeper dialogue trees that you could have gone into, like different ways of interacting with them. Like you could have given them food or that kind of thing, or but just something else. But like as far as it goes, I think this game is a really that was the nicest ending that I've received so far. The least bleak. I actually survived through the isolation period without totally giving into madness, but obviously my character still has intense existential dread. Totally should have, why was there no bartering with the children for drugs? Like that would have improved the game heaps. It's a shame there's not many games like that out there, because every game would be improved by that, I'm sure. I know there's a game like that, I just can't think of the name. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching No, I'm Not a Human. I want to make a little video on it, I think, to sort of pick apart how the game's uncanny, how it taps into the uncanny and how it taps into hauntology, and I guess the lack of hope that the game provides, and I guess this kind of existential malaise that obviously is at the core of this game. This intense distrust of people. Realistic that surviving such a disaster wouldn't suddenly cure the protagonist's fears, and they weren't doing well to start with, and I think this whole thing just made it worse. But by letting other people into their house, they survived with some hope, right? They were galvanized a little by seeing someone else happy, to have lived through it. So I think it's a good game. It's not scary, I think, in the jump scares, and it's not particularly difficult either, if you play very stingily like me, at the end there, where I was just not risking it at all, because I knew I had two humans in my house. It's a really interesting novel game, I think, in that it is leaning so hard into this existential dread coupled with this nostalgic, haunted, uncanny atmosphere, and it's obviously the atmosphere is what you play it for. The atmosphere and the narrative, just the sheer bizarre nature of what happens. And it does legitimately feel like you're living through an apocalypse, like things just fall apart more and more and more. But yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to be back next week. Yeah, I did get the feeling they weren't used to connection with people so personally. Yeah, the phone call where they talked about their past with the stranger felt like floodgates being opened. I didn't click on it in this playthrough, but you can click on a number of things throughout the house and sort of get the sense that obviously they didn't have a very good relationship with their family, and the relationship to the space obviously is complicated by that. They feel awkward about living there. Yeah, it's certainly a very interesting game. It attempts a lot of things, doesn't always necessarily succeed at them. I think the paranoia maybe could have been ramped up even higher if the mechanics were just slightly more complex and not quite as random or unpredictable. But obviously that's part of it too, is the destabilization of faces and human qualities, and if you can't even trust, looking into someone's eyes, like what can you trust? Is there anything real? Because that's what the game does, is it calls into question what is real, especially when we're starting. First character we see in the game looks like this, and there's already some uncanny stuff going on there, and things just get worse from there, right? All very strange looking people, and you can never predict who's going to be who. But yes, I should probably go, but I'll be back next week, hopefully to play a few other things. So thank you again for watching. It was great to have everybody here. I've missed riffing on chat the last few months of attempted streams, so hopefully I can just keep doing this time in particular, but I'll also try slip in some other random streams during the week. But yeah, hope everyone has a lovely rest of their day, and thank you very much for watching. It's great to hear from you in chat.